Hey YouTube, hey Twitch, how are you tonight? I am just doing a quick audio check before we start. Looks, sounds like everything's working. All right, off we go. So, did a bunch of setting changes. Just want to make sure the game audio comes through for you guys. It is certainly coming through for me, maybe a little bit too loud on my end, and I'm not able to, everything is maxed tonight. Okay, let's put everything back down there. Oh, that's not what I meant to click. All right, let's go. Okay, hopefully that's good for you guys. Let me know in the chat if there's any issues with the audio, if it sounds too quiet. Changed a bunch of stuff, so just a little bit of an FYI. Had a bunch of frame rate issues as well. Yesterday I was trying to fix. So hopefully we have a good stream. If the stream goes offline abruptly for any reason, it's because something has crashed that I did not foresee coming, but everything is stable now. So here we are. Audio is still a little bit loud compared to me. Okay, let me try lower it a couple. Let's see, let's try that. Hopefully that works. So let me know in the chat if that is good. I'm gonna say hi to everyone while I get your feedback here, and then I'll go over what I'm planning to do tonight. Like and subscribe. It says first. I have the crown. YouTube says so. Welcome to the stream. Like and subscribe. Nice to see you. Excellent. This is my stream now. We shall venture deep into the woods and carve effigies of Ethan. Currently loading a dozen times on my Ani to get printer pod to offer me Wheeze so I can combat my base growing hand imminent heat problem. You know what? So if you are doing that, like and subscribe. I would just go the easier route and download what's the mod called? There's a mod, I can look it up for you if you like, but you can probably search it really quickly. It's basically a mod that lets you select exactly what you want from the printing pod, and it's super helpful. So it'll just show up here, and you can select. It's called Duplicate Stats Selector, and it lets you modify duplicate stats as well as select exactly what you want from the pod or at the start of your playthrough. So if you're somebody who likes to have a very specific duplicate starting set and you just don't want to keep re-rolling, which is perfectly understandable. I like to have mine as well, but I do still re-roll. I don't unless I'm doing like a sandbox run. I don't use that. But it's a great tool. If it'll save you tons of time by just letting you start right away. It even lets you set presets. So if you like to have the same starting duplicate traits and skills, it lets you save all that so you don't have to keep redoing it over and over. So that's what I would suggest. But if you like the reloading aspect, if you like the vanilla of the authenticity of reloading, then by all means, definitely do not let me stop you. I just realized that we have a little bit of an issue here. For some reason, conveyors don't work if they don't have an input or an output. So I'm just going to put this on here, and then that should get this flowing again. Last playthrough, we were rerouting the refined carbon coming from here because we needed 4-hour pin pockets. And now I'm building conveyor loaders to pick up all the plastic and pin pockets, so the duplicates don't have to keep coming in here. It takes a lot of time to do that, especially if they're trying to build something out of plastic, right? So I'm just gonna dump everything on the floor here, start deleting some stuff, but I'll let my duplicates take care of that while I catch up with you guys in just a second. Let me just get some build started here. Sorry if that feels more aggressive than it was intended. No, you are, no, don't apologize, you are fine. Potat, what's going on? Well, hey, what's up, weird tokenish finger and my axe, he says. And your brother presents anime corpse. I just rolled a Rex egg in my printer pod. That's not too bad. I haven't built a proper Rex colony or a Rex setup yet, but I have a guy right here. Maybe we'll do something with him. So yeah, I just need some. I mean, I have a tough time justifying feeding small critters to him. I just feel bad about that. We can hear you through the blood. Audio's a little loud, says T Ghana. What's going on, T? Nice to see you again on Twitch. Thank you guys so much for joining tonight. Please let me know if the audio is better now. I lowered it just a little bit, but we'll find out. Is that a pocket of hey, what's up, Potat? Is that a pocket of polluted oxygen? Yes. There's a whole bunch around the outside of the base. On the inside, it should be pretty okay. Like I wouldn't be surprised if inside it's pretty okay. Everything else on the outside is, I should, but you are right. I should put down some deodorizers and get some clay out of it. So these are too close together. They can be a little bit farther apart. Just put them down randomly, and then we'll bring some power. Do something like that. And then actually, you know what? It would make a lot more sense. As a matter of fact, just go straight through like this, and then delete this stuff here. Oh, just delete that stuff. All right, so we'll let them work on that. Happy Friday, Dan. Nice to see you, Dan. Happy Friday to you as well. Happy Friday, everybody. Yan says, what's up, Yang? He says, I finally fixed the issue where YouTube not notifying me of your streams. I installed Twitch and followed there. Hell yeah. Thank you so much for the follow. Oh, that's right. I forgot to shout out the follows on Twitch. So we had the Teffical Flyer 97. Was that you? Followed 20 hours ago. If that's the case, thank you so much for the follow. Taka Flyer. I'm sorry, I'm terrible with that. Like and subscribe says you would save CPU, use the stat selector, so I think I'm going to use it after 40 reloads as well. Yeah, for sure. I mean, you know what? I understand the apprehension towards it being that it's, a little bit cheating in the sense that, like, hey, you lose the randomness aspect. But let's be honest here, it's such a time saver. I mean, just go for it. Oh, I didn't mean to put a thermal sensor here. I meant to put a element sensor. Honestly, just go for it and have fun. Like, the game is single player, right? So have a good time. with it, unless you're doing a speed run where obviously those kind of mods are frowned upon. Just go with it. Okay, we have 1 ore haul and we have 1 egg. So, oh no, we have more than that. I don't know how I didn't see that. T says, I think it's okay now. The sound balance of the track is partly at. Oh yeah, the sound of the track is. I'm always a little bit high on the track. I gotta lower. I'm gonna lower. Well, I'm not gonna switch now because it'll start the intro, but I have to lower the track when I get off. Thank you so much, T, for the feedback. I tore down my main power line supply and moved it somewhere else just to find where they're currently living on hamster wheels, and so it seems to be fine. Hamster wheels are the saviors for any colony. Well, in my last playthrough, when my Hydra was broken, so my Hydra was responsible for not only oxygen but power. So when I finally started to expand my network too much, I had too much power consumption. It used up all the hydrogen from the Hydra, and so my oxygen production ceased, and so did my liquid pumps that were feeding the Hydra. So I was in a huge pickle where I had to have, I like basically had to do an emergency skeleton power supply to the Hydra itself and the liquid pumps to get the oxygen and hydrogen flowing again. And then I think from that point on, I immediately went to a petroleum boiler or something like that. I don't know, something like that. I'm sure someone else remembers more accurately, but it's on YouTube. So if you're ever interested, it's the super duper wetland playthrough. Yeah, when you do critical changes like that, I'm always super wary of what am I gonna break. Like and subscribe says, I don't see it on the list. Might be an option in the pod anymore. So it's most likely, if you got the mod, it'll probably be on the an options page. It'll be like I have it. I can load it, and I can. Well, I don't want to restart the game, but it's duplicate stat selector, and it'll be go to the options on your mod menu, and it should be there. So yes, that's me. I'm so unoriginal. I just adopted the randomly generated Xbox handle given me years ago for the gaming stuff. Hey, that's all right. You know, that's your identity now, so why not? Why not go with it? You know, that's totally okay. Okay, let's take a look at the colony here. We got this conveyor belt somewhat started. Let's go ahead and get that fully integrated into this system here. So we'll go all the way down and then all the way down like this. We'll build some ladders here, actually. It's not terribly hard to do that. So probably should have something along the lines of that here anyways, just so they can get across a little bit quicker if they have to service this area. Okay, so let me speed the game up a little bit, and our oxygen is good, food is good, everything is good. So here's what I'm planning for tonight. I want to finish, obviously, the pin pockets, and I've built maybe, well, I want to be sorting the material that comes out of here. That's why this is so critical to have an element sensor, not a thermal sensor there. And then we'll do another element sensor. Actually, no, because I'm only going to be dropping, do I want to, yeah, I'm going to be dropping the pin pocket unis here, and then we can crush them with a rock crusher right here. So, and then the diamonds can be delivered. I guess I should have 2 conveyor rails, one going up and one going down. So, you know what? I kind of wish that these conveyor rails could be, I mean, I'm sure there's some automation for this, all right? But I kind of wish, actually there is automation for this. It could, because you could run an automation wire from here. So when these are low, I'm pretty sure there's an automation that you could do. Oh, no, you can't. You'd have to use the smart storage bin. With the smart storage bin, you could make it so when this is low, you could turn this on with automation wire. Because I have the mod that lets me turn it off and not have anything loaded into it, which is different than just vanilla. So you could turn that on and then start shipping up to this area, probably the diamond, and then likewise, or whatever, not diamond, sorry, the sulfur. And then you could use that same rail probably to ship the diamond back down to there. I don't know if I want to do that though. That seems like it's a lot of wiring and a lot of trying to make things work. And I think the simplicity of building just 2 rails, where I'm getting this idea from is like Factorio. You can do your trains and you can have multiple trains and all that stuff. I think conveyor rails would be nice if they had that more integrated into them as well. But nonetheless, I'll probably end up building a rail down there so I can send my diamond back. Let's build the rock crusher though. Oh, not the rocket, the rock crusher. And then we'll build something like like these are in the way. Okay, we'll take those out of the way and then we'll build the rock crusher. Here we're gonna put in the uni. Just edible. This is the what can be crushed, right? Produces. Oh, produce it. Oh no, this produces pin pokey. Okay. My bad. Pin pokey. Okay, so pin pokey's gonna drop here, and then we'll put a rock crusher here, and we'll take that and turn it into diamond. And that will be how we do that. Let's get some conductive wire in here. Kind of like this, and then the automation can be connected like that. As much as I love Ani banger music, I think it could be a little lower still. Is it still a little bit too high? I can still lower it. You know what? It's probably best to lower it in game a little bit like that. Let me do it a couple steps. I should listen to it back. You know what? Let me just listen to it back really quick. It might be okay. Let me know, chat. I'm open to suggestions there if you guys have something that you feel could be improved. Yeah, I was messing around with some of the settings on the computer last couple of days, so that's why I have been a little bit slow on the video that I meant to do. I meant to make one on plastic. I got that mute just in time. Just in time. All right, so put that there, and then we'll, rock crusher. Oh, let's go fast speed. I'm going too slow. I want to get things done, so let's put the cool one there. And then, do I have enough power on here? I mean, I keep forgetting that the insulated conductive wire exists, but I don't feel like I need a lot more power in here, so this should be okay. So yeah, we'll drop the pin pokey here. Actually, I could put an auto sweeper here as well and just have it delivered right to here. I really hope that I built these in range. Yes, I did. So I'll have to destroy this, no matter. This is still here for some reason. I'll destroy the building only, all this stuff. Hey, thank you so much, Crimson Riot. Nice to see you, Crimson Riot. Oh, we got a view bot on Twitch. That's nice. I don't need an AI view bot. Thank you very much. Let me see if I can get rid of that. Perfect. Cheers, Crimson Riots. Thank you so much for the sip of Eska. Happy Friday to you too. Super nice to have you here. Thank you so much for joining. I got 2 Eskas here tonight, chat. I plan to do a 2.5 to 3 hour stream. And I did take my pre-stream nap, so I am ready to go. Okay, so we're gonna put this on infinite, and then just put this. I only want to do pin pokey here. All right, so we're not gonna do anything else. Just pin pokey. Wait, what's the set of lead? Okay, well, whatever. Lead's fine. And then we'll put the auto sweeper right here. Everything keeps defaulting to steel. I'm not sure why. I hope I haven't wasted steel yet. Oh, why can't this go here? I think this will reach if I put it all the way here. I mean, we're gonna find out inevitably. And then the plastic can just drop here. So we're gonna do basically select all, and then copy it to here and here. Now this is going to get backed up because the conveyor. No, the conveyor actually shoots down. Okay, never mind. Oh, the tibulus seeds are coming out too. That's okay. So there's gonna be a lot of stuff to start with, but then everything else should be coming out pretty quick. A lot of seeds. Holy smokes! I should get some Pacus up and running. T says, I downloaded a mod to stack rails and pipes because the spaghetti was getting overwhelming. I suppose I still wouldn't save the construction materials and time, though. I didn't even know that mod existed. That's a great mod, I think. Does it get confusing? Like, looking at how does the overlay work for that? Do you have to click it and it shows the different... Like, does it show similar to the automated, what's it called? The signal wire, the ribbon, where it says like 1, 2, and 3, and 4 are doing these things? Because that's actually a really good idea for a conveyor belt. I do agree, though, that the spaghettiness seems to get overwhelming. The materials, I think the material should be more like the signal, like the automation. Like, for instance, well, actually, this is not a good example at all. This is each automation wire takes 5 units of material, and then the ribbon, which has 4 bits on it, so it should be times 4, has actually 25. So the cost is actually higher than just building 4 single wires, but I guess it's at the expense of... Hey, thank you so much. Let's see. Sorry to go here. Follower goal met. You are the 250th follower. Lace Pen Dragon. I think that's your name. Thank you so much. I butcher names every day, so that's just a ritual that you have to go through here, being on my stream. Thank you so much, Lace Pen Dragon, for joining tonight. You are the 250th follower. Thank you so much. I'm on YouTube as well. If I make Ani videos, so just an FYI, if you are into watching some Ani videos. Yeah, thank you so much for the follow. Let's see, what did I miss here? Oh yeah, so I was talking to T about the conveyor rails. Yeah, so I guess you pay for the convenience in this regard. You end up paying more for the functionality and the convenience. But that's, I mean, I guess that's just, it is what it is. You have plenty of materials anyway, and the amount of time it takes to build, I think, is so minuscule. I don't think it's really that big of a deal. What did I want to do? I wanted to move this water out of here too. That's going to be something I work on in the future. And then obviously we have, oh my goodness, we have way too many. What happened? How did we get so many seahorses here? What are we feeding them that this is? Oh, we're feeding them pearls. How much pearls do I have now that I've been doing this for so long? I'm going to keep an eye on my pearls here. I don't know if I need to feed them that many pearls. Let's go down to 15. This is, I mean, obviously I haven't been regulating this at all, so it's just funny to see them all just being horrible. And of course, I have all this mutation that I'm currently not making Brecken because this thing keeps stopping. Or whatever it is. What am I making? Ovaltine or something? I forgot. Oh, caviar. This is my Monday, says Weird Tokenish Figure. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, Weird Tokenish Figure. Do you mean like you're starting work today? Oh, the Megaphone. I'll take that. Do you mean like you're starting work? This is your start of your work week, or is that what you mean by your Monday? What's up, Sean Swelly? What's going on, Sean? Do you know which airlock mod you have? There's only one by Azrael's that modder and one by Stefan. Yeah, so I can. So here's the one I have. Maybe there should be distinct, somewhat distinct naming conventions. I don't know exactly which one. I can go check really quick if you would like. Airlock Door, and this one comes with the insulated airlock door. So whichever one comes with the insulated. You know what? I'll just log out and I'll check. Takes 2 seconds for me to do that, I think. Hopefully. So one mod is out of date. So Airlock Door, it is by Stefan. Yeah, there you go. Oh, and by the way, since I'm here, let me go to the DSS, the duplicate stat selector. So this is the one I was talking about earlier, duplicate stat selector, and this has a ton of options. I forgot where the options are for this. I mean, I guess it would be here somewhere. Subscription. Yeah, I'm a bit of a, yeah, I don't know. It's somewhere here. If I enable this, it will give me the options to select everyone from the pod. So there you go. On the reuse rails, there's a video called Logistics System Oxygen Not Included by Pierkin, which teaches exactly what you need to do that if you want to play with that someday. Well, that would be pretty cool because, like I said, I was just thinking about ways where the conveyor rails could act somewhat like trains in Factorio, where you have multiple like engines running on the same like the same tracks, and then basically you just do like signals to make it so they don't crash into each other or whatever. It would be a little bit more difficult with Ani because you're constantly battling possibly putting too much material on the same rail, and you would constantly have to flip the direction as well. So the direction, I think, would be really that would be really complicated to work with. to make it. I think you could do it. I really think that there's probably a way you could sort of manipulate that and just have you know, like a conveyor shut off here. See, if you have a conveyor shut off at both ends, I think there's probably a way, but I don't know. It'd be so difficult with how particular Ani is with the direction of flow on these things, right? Anyways, something to figure out on a later day. I'm not really too pressed about it at this point. I think I would much rather take the mod option that you're talking about, to be honest with you, instead of trying to figure all that out. I'm a 100% mod free, weirdly enough. That is impressive. I could not live without zoom out mod. I love zoom out, and I hate seeing, like, here's what made me get into modding, okay? Because I was a mod free person as well. By the way, let's start digging this out while I'm here chit-chatting. There's a bunch of stuff that we can, like, here's a neural vacillator we can get into and all this stuff. And we can maybe go to the second asteroid at some point. Let's keep digging this out to drain this water. I know we can swim, but I don't want my duplicates to get stuck. So we're just gonna do this and then keep going with the water. Keep draining it out. I guess I can drain all this out too. I don't need all this here for whatever reason that I still have it. And then we'll just do all that. How about that? Okay, so something like that. We'll keep digging it all out. And of course, we'll put the ladder at higher priority. So I used to do the modless playthrough as well, because I thought that was just more interesting to play the vanilla game. And obviously, like, yeah, it's fun enough to play the vanilla game, but I hate the long commutes, and I hate the fact that I can't zoom out a lot. So those are actually my first 2 mods ever, believe it or not. And then from there, I just added stuff over time that's like, hey, I only play with quality of life mods though. I mean, that's not true. The Airlock Door mod is technically not a quality of life mod, but it's a quality of life mod in the sense that I would build a liquid lock here anyways. This is just a more convenient way to have a liquid lock or have the same effect as a liquid lock. And then also there's a penalty to using it as well, where it says the duplicates have to sort of sit here for a minute, right? You are very welcome, Lace Pendragon. You are very welcome. You can also abuse by a bit shifting and carrying 22 bits per automation ribbon. Okay, I did not know that you can abuse that. Automation items are so neat. They are. It took me a while to learn them when I was new at the game. I was never, even though I played Fallout 4 and there was a lot of automation in that, in the same way that there was automation in this game, like the similar conveyor belt logic and stuff like that. For some reason, I just never, it never clicked for me as immediately as I could have. It's interesting how they're so fast now climbing the ladder that they don't swim. Like, they should be able to swim with, yeah, they can swim with their ammo suits. It's just, I guess they preferred not to do that, which is kind of interesting. Okay, let's dig out all the algae as well. And obviously, well, we'll just dig all this out. How about that? And all the back wall and all that stuff. So we'll keep going on all that. I don't want to have, I guess, yeah, this is polluted water. I guess I can go in here and dig that out as well. And we'll just dig everything. We'll dig everything until we can dig no more. If you guys have seen my playthroughs before, I don't enjoy mixing all the liquids. By the way, did the music shut off or did I turn it off by accident? No, it's still on. It is still on. Hey, what's up, Katie? That's so cute. Thank you so much, Katie. Nice to see you on Twitch. Let's see if it lets you build on 5 channels. You can also view one at a time or all at once. I haven't played multi-channel automation yet, but they go into all the same builds now. Okay, so I gotcha. So it's kind of like the channels are similar to the bits, which makes sense because obviously it would be super difficult to try to see an overlay or whatever. That's a really cool mod, actually. Like and subscribe says, oh my god, in all caps. Those poor seahorses. I know they're all just crammed in there. Poor things. I mean, the humane thing here would be to slaughter them all, but you know what? They'll be fine eventually. I should be removing the eggs, and I should be sending it down here. So you know what? We'll work on that. What did the seahorses, or the sea queens, what do they turn into? Oh, fish fillet. Oh yeah, this is a no-brainer. Let's get some automation in here and start making this, a little bit more practical. I kind of built everything wrong. I can't fit an automation in here anymore, I don't think. I'm gonna have to move this guy over a bit, the milking station. We're gonna keeping the mutation going as well. Sadly, I've never used the ribbon ever or anything like more complex. You know what? I have rarely used the ribbon. I made a video on the ribbon once, but honestly, I think unless you're doing a lot of space missions, and if you have a very large space infrastructure that requires a lot of like long distance automation, I think the ribbon is more of something that Clay did, like, hey, we better put this in or people are gonna complain. Like, it's not, I haven't found a very good use for it yet, other than why can't I put it there? What's in the... Oh, it's the clamp. Oh, the clamps. Okay. The clamps, I mean. So I'll put one right there, and I guess I'll put one right... So it's literally... I like to have two to make it match, but it's not going to match anymore. Unfortunately. I guess I'll put one off to the side. That's fine. It's fine. It's fine. And I'll have to build the purple back wall all over so I can put the milking station back down. Yeah, we'll remove all that stuff. All this can go in, and then we'll do some automation after. It's the kind of project you do in a save for funsies and then never again. Yeah, it's just a lot, right? And it's so easy to get things mixed up. I mean, if you're good at remembering, which I'm not, it would probably be a lot easier. But honestly, for me, I don't use enough automation anyway to justify that. Why is Stella making microchips there? I mean, can you just... Do you have a bedroom, Stella? Oh, no. Vitali's doing that. Okay, let's go to the schedule. What are these guys doing? So, okay, we have lots of duplicates sleeping. I did not mean to do that. So let's do Stella, and I want Vitali both working. And like and subscribe can be the microchip person. Okay, so there we go. Let's get the biodupes working. They should be able to go everywhere now. Let me just make sure. They can, yeah, they can. Let's make them work this way. Oh, that's not what I just did. I have to give them access like that. And then we'll see if Sophie Cunningham has the athletic skills to go out yet. I think the biodupes can go this direction. Yes, they can. All right, so there we go. We got a lot more people helping us out now. There's a mod that lists mod for mod name for added items. Hey, what's up, Kevin? There's a mod for everything. Sean says, thank you so much. You are very welcome, Sean. That'd be a fun mod, like building input output flipper, like a bridge that flipped its ports. Yes, I think that would be a fun mod. It would be so, like, again, it's just like the ribbon. I mean, you'd have to make it so that you can only send one item at a time, though, I think, to balance it out. Otherwise, if you had a ribbon style conveyor, that would be okay as well. Like, that's I think a fun mod that you could play around with. But if you were to just use like the vanilla conveyor rails, you'd have to make it so obviously there's a downside to it as well. Otherwise, it'd be a little bit overpowered. How did I get salt water in? Oh, there's a little bit of salt water in there. That's a bummer. See if I can mop it. No, too much liquid. Sometimes you can mop it even if it's surrounded by other liquid, but that's okay. That is all right. Before I start digging lower, I think I'll let them finish as much here as possible. Food is decayed. Okay, that's in there. Don't care about that. New printables available. I guess I'll take... We have a gizmo already. I don't know if we need another duplicate just yet. So I'll take the aluminum ore. Okay, so yeah, I want to get to this fissure as well down here. So this is already... Let's move this one lower. That will help us out a ton. We'll go up like this, and then we'll take that out. So we'll do something like that. All right. So we'll build that, and then I mean, eventually we'll use up enough water that we can just send the duplicates directly down here. But for now, it's fine. And I want to get this fissure because we're using a lot of natural gas now. We've sort of gone past the point of using the tidal turbines as our main source of power, and these things are running quite a bit. Actually, I'm surprised they're not overheating yet, but I guess they're in a very cool area here. So they might just have to build a separate little containment facility here instead of relocating it into into the one and only industrial brick. And let's get in here. These geysers or these vents I need to get unlocked. And then also the fissure. Okay, so let's start doing that. Of course, we have a bunch of oxygen or natural gas here. Let's see, where is the... Does this thing overheat too? Yeah, I guess we should build that out of gold too, huh? Not the best idea to keep building these things out of regular materials that can easily overheat. Oh, we can't go through there. We'll go a little bit below. Actually, we'll go a little bit higher. Something like this, and then we'll do our builds. Have to get all this stuff done first. Okay, take everything out. Lots of back walls here as well. So I don't know if I kind of like all the back wall, but I never tried to flip the direction of the rail and just a return line or dump extra items at the end of the line. I think it would be quite difficult because you'd have to sort of integrate the conveyor shutoffs, I think. Because that will give the direction, like that will give you an output, or sorry, an input for the materials to travel towards. And I think that would be doable to have it run both ways. But I think you would have to have this as the junction, right? Because if you put something in here with a conveyor loader, I'm pretty sure it could split. Well, it wouldn't go any farther beyond this. But would it go to here and then stop? I'm not sure. I don't think it would, actually. I think it would prefer to go to this chute. But if you had two of these on both ends, and one of them was accepting, like if you had this conveyor belt element sensor here, and it was accepting whatever material you were trying to feed it, I'm almost certain it would come out on this direction. And if you had another conveyor shut off here that was shutting off, the game might have the logic to be like, hey, let's just all turn right on this junction, and so we all end up here. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? I think that would work. I'm gonna have to play around with it in Sandbox. I don't want to do it in live game because I feel like that would be like an hour of me trying to figure it out, and then I would be trying to go for it until I eventually got it, and that might be the whole stream. You know. Oni Quality of Life Pack Mod has a full zoom out and other tweaks worth considering. Okay, let me write that one down. So I do enjoy... So there you go, chat. If you guys are interested in... I'm going to add that to my mod list. If you guys are interested in that, there you go. Check that one out. I was also a modless player, but then Quality of Life mods came. Yep, that's what always gets us. And then after you do one, you can't go back. Dark Frost, hey, what's up, Dark Frost? Hi, everyone. Hope everyone had a good week. I had a fantastic week, Dark Frost. I hope that you did too. And likewise, with everyone else in the chat. Thank you guys so much for joining me at the end of your week. Oh, sorry about that. I touched the mic a little bit there. Ribbon, like and subscribe. Yeah, so the ribbon, the automation ribbon is what we were discussing there. The single cod amidst all the comfy beds continues to crack me up. Is a duplicate being punished? Yeah, he's not being punished for anything in particular. This is just Trivaldo's bed. And the chat has well, he also has, I guess, did he like poop his pants or something? Why is he off-gassing polluted oxygen? I don't know. But poor Trivaldo, people are just Trivaldo haters in the chat. And they insisted that I keep the one stone bed among all the other beautiful beds that are set up. And yeah, he's also allergic, and we're not making him any medication for that. Hey, what's up, Sean? Nice to see you, Sean. Happy Friday. Hope that you had a fantastic week as well. Conveyors need a green port to push the second white port without unlike fluid piping. Oh, that's right. That's right, Kevin. I forgot about that detail. That might make it even impossible at that point. Yeah, because I guess you could put a green on both ends, and you could have maybe a conveyor shut off in the middle, like before those. Hey, thank you so much, Gaming Sim, for the subscription on YouTube. Thank you. Welcome to the stream. I guess you could I guess in like if I put, let's say if I put this here, right? Let's try it. If I put this here, like that, well, okay, hold on a second. That's wrong. The conveyor bridge has to be built the opposite way because no, that's the right way. Did I have it the right way already? It has to accept materials from the conveyor loader. Okay, let's see if this would work. I'm not sure if this is the same situation as what I'm... okay, so I'm not going to do too much here, okay? I say this now and I'm probably going to get right into it, but I'm going to see if installing this will still allow this to work. I think it should. We'll see if this gets backed up. And then, well, yeah, we'll just let it hang out there. Stinky boy, yeah, you are not turning the bedrooms into luxury ones. They should be a private bedroom. Yeah, they are the private bedrooms. All of them, I think. Private. This is a barracks. I forgot to do that one yet. I think they should all be private. This one's barracks, but like I said, Trivaldo's... People just have a disdain for Trivaldo, so we've... I've been insisted to not give him any benefits. You didn't see the back walls? Yeah, I like the back walls. They kind of blend in. I love that. Okay, so this is done. They got their stuff done here. Let's keep going on the digging. We'll go all the way down. All this can be dug out. And then all of this... maybe we'll come in this way and we'll drain this out. That's probably the right play. Kind of like that. There's a mod that collectively randomizes decoration blueprints on a room-by-room basis. That's pretty interesting as well. I'm surprised they like there's so many mods like that people think of. I would never think of something like that. I like to keep things exactly the same for some reason. It's just something that I like to do. Okay, this can also be adjusted. I'm tired of this being in the way. This is just sending... By the way, this kind of just speaks to how little amount of salt water is required for the fluke corals and for... I guess it's the fluke corals, yeah. Like this... So this... water basin here, or water chamber, or whatever you'd like to call it, has existed since the very start of the playthrough. I mean, more or less. I think I rebuilt the pump a couple times. See, 560 cycles, and then we're on 700. So this is pretty old, and this is where my water level is. I think it was probably a little bit higher, but these really just don't take any water at all. So you can have so many of these. I think that's what makes these so efficient compared to... Like, okay, I still think the Hydra is better because it's way more compact and it produces hydrogen for you as well, which is, you know, power, runs by itself, all this and that. But these things are just so efficient when it comes to salt water. Like, you could... All the salt water here that I have, I would never have to dig out or get any more salt water from these geysers to keep my oxygen going for my entire playthrough. I'm pretty sure I could just keep using whatever I spawn with. There's just so much salt water, and these require so little amount, these fluke corals here. So anyways, we're gonna take this out. Or actually, how do I want to pipe this? I guess for the time being, I have to pipe it like this. There's no other way around it. And I can just flip it later. So put this guy here. Put the plumbing into that. And then, where's my nearest power? Power's right there. So we'll bring... Actually, not gold. We'll use cobalt. Just like that. And then maybe we'll redo these as well. I don't know if I can reach all these, but... Gonna have to switch my power grid eventually over because everything is using a lot of power these days. Oh, do I want to... No, I'm not going to... I'll take the Poke Shell. Fine. But I'm going to get rid of him immediately. I do not need him being a nuisance. Let's see. T asks, is it worth tapping the salt water into a little to separate it if you're mining it out anyway? Not much that makes a difference, but for the sake of perfection. You know what? For this salt water, do you mean? This salt water I want to trap just because it's very hot. I mean, the difference is you know, it's quite substantial. This would be heating up a lot of my base, even though it's already a little bit warm coming out. The salt in the polluted water. Oh, the salt in the polluted water here. I could get rid of that. Oh, I guess I can't. I might be, yeah, you know what? I might just trap it, you're right. Maybe just trap it and then lower it from below. That might be the right way to do it. I think you're right. I think you are right. You know, I'm not to say that I'm a perfectionist, but it does really bug me to have different color water mixed in and of itself. Because then at some point I feel like in my head, if I use up all this water, I'll have to sort that. And it's easier to just build around it now and just drop this area and get rid of it. So you are correct there. Let's get this out of the way as well. And then we'll just mop all this up as it continues to drop. Like I have mixed water kind of everywhere, which has been sort of annoying. Even here I have polluted water. But I do my best not to mix it as much as I can. Okay, so let's continue working on these guys. There's a lot we can be working on. This thing here, this can go up to that area. So that is actually, let's build the aquatic grooming station first. That's the most important because it's space. The space actually matters. No, not the grooming station. It's the milking station, aquatic milking station. It's very tight space in here, so build it there, and then go over, and then we'll bring power to everything. Oh, we have full power in here actually. That is excellent. And then we'll probably put the conveyor load. This is tighter than I like to make my builds, but you know what? So be it. Okay, so now we're going to build a... Let's see, this thing can reach everything, so we'll build a little... there's a backing there. I can't do that. Maybe we'll build a little thing like that, so the eggs can drop into this location, and then hopefully drop down after. I think this is the best spot for it. Like the tiny, like these things are so cute. The sequin fries. I think they should be able to get out of here if I build them a little chamber like that. So we'll do something like this. We'll do a chute right here. We'll do a conveyor rail element sensor. And then we'll do an AND gate. And this AND gate is going to check for 2 different criteria before we send a green signal. Now, I like to have everything spread out. I don't like to have everything too close. I know I could just build it on top of each other, but we're gonna build it off to the side. All right, so we're gonna do something like this. We're gonna have a critter sensor in here as well. So this guy, let's put that right there. And I guess we'll have 2. We'll have one for the eggs, one for the critters itself. Okay, so this is going to be connected to here. This is going to be connected to there, and then like that. And then we're going to bring a conveyor line into it from here. And then everything that doesn't get dropped into here, all the eggs, are going to go into my drowning... sorry, not my drowning chamber. This is actually because they're all fish, a starvation chamber. What's the best way to get to that? I guess it's in here. So I have to sort of go around somewhere and put it into this location. It'd be best if I put it into here, I think, because then I would just follow it all the way down. Or I could tap into it. Yeah, how do I do this without making a huge... It's starting to become very Factorio-esque. Very spaghetti-esque. So let's go down. We'll delete this. And then we'll just use bridges here. And put it there for the time being. I might switch that after, or I might just leave it because I might feel lazy. So we'll do that. And hopefully that is going to work. All right, so we're going to look for sequin eggs here. And we're going to check for an egg count of, let's say, 2 eggs. If it's, no, we'll do 2 eggs. If it's below 2 eggs, we'll send the green signal, and then everything will drop here in that case. This is just going to check for the critters, so I don't really need this to do anything just yet. And I'll have this picking up everything. So where is it? There it is. We'll pick. Oh, actually, we'll wait till it's finished, and then we'll pick up everything. I have brine in my bloater ranch, and I cannot be bothered to fix that. And you know what? That's all right. you gotta sometimes you just gotta say F it, not worry about it, and go on with your day, because inevitably, if you worry about every little mistake in Ani, you're just going to be fixing mistakes your entire game. I kind of want to see a base design with Jeffrey's tube, two tile high corridors between the doors to run utilities through. That would be kind of interesting. I always wanted to do something really, really tidy like that. And actually, I think the last playthrough that I did was probably the closest I've come to that. But that would be cool. You know what? I know this has been done before, but my next playthrough will definitely be a flatulent only playthrough. And I want to make myself a criteria where all my power is generated just from the duplicants farting. I think that would be like an awesome way to go through. Like, I don't know if I'll get to late game because, I'll try to get to late game anyway, but that's kind of what I was thinking. Okay, so we have plastic here. Remember so now we have a problem. So this would be a lot harder than I imagined, and Kevin mentioned it as well. It's because of this conveyor bridge here. So because this is a conflicting situation now, I suppose, with this bridge here. I think if I deconstructed this, yeah, they would just start flowing. So it didn't quite work out the way I imagined, but that's all right. It is what it is. So these things can be put on harvest, right? Yeah, they're on harvest. Perfect. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was talking about it would be really cool to have just everything hidden away and make it so that your duplicants are never exposed to like a very high decor playthrough kind of. But I have some ideas on how I want to do a flatulent only since I switched topics in my head. I think it'd be the obvious solution would be to have a base that is, whatever design you wanted, but have a lot of airflow tiles so the natural gas can get to the bottom as quickly as possible, and then have a V-shape design so everything falls into one location. And then obviously you'd have to deal with the carbon dioxide and stuff like that. So I've already kind of thought about that a little bit, but I think it would be super cool, a challenge run, to have all the power generated by just the duplicates. Now, obviously, you'd have to have hamster wheels. So that's where the criteria of all the duplicates would come in. Hey, thank you so much, Andre Blue, for this subscription on YouTube. Welcome to the stream. Yes, I didn't mean the milking. You are right, Kevin. Thesis is fair. I know lots of things should probably take priority over mixed water. Yeah, you know what? No, the water, you're right, T. The water takes priority. Let's go ahead and mine this out. I love it when bases look nice. So it's totally fine. Or this is taking kind of forever. I kind of wish. Oh, I built this wrong. Hey, what's up, Vitaly? What's going on? Vitaly says hello. Sorry, let me go back a little bit here. Please remind me. Did you say Messi would win the finals? I did. I was cheering for Messi. I'm not a soccer. Oh, sorry, I'm not a football fan. I know that's probably not a good thing to say among a lot of people who it's the most watched sport in the world, but I don't follow football religiously. I do like the sport itself. I used to play it in school, but I sort of jumped on the Messi bandwagon, not the Argentina bandwagon, just the Messi bandwagon. So I was thinking, first of all, wasn't it, even if you weren't cheering for Messi, I think it was pretty cool watching those comebacks against, I forgot which teams they were, but there was 3 games in a row where they were losing in the last 10 minutes, and then Messi either scored or helped set up the goals to help win the game, which was pretty epic. I mean, even against Spain, no shots at all until the final 10 minutes when they went full bully, or whatever you would like to call it. Now, being someone who's not really into soccer and more into hockey, I'm used to seeing that kind of physicality. So when I saw, when I see some that kind of stuff in soccer, I'm like, this is kind of cool. I would, I know it's against the spirit of the sport to be physical or whatever in soccer. So I understand it from that perspective. But it was pretty cool to see, like, yeah, here's a little bit of fisticuffs from, from the Argentina. I mean, Argentina was just a bully for that game, but again, I'm not too well versed in the whole like the whole Argentina hate. I don't know anything about that beyond the memes. All right, so take whatever I say with a grain of salt when it comes to that. I'm a hockey fan, and that's all I understand. Again, not to say that I hate soccer. I don't. It's pretty cool. Just never had time to follow it as much as I did the other sports. That's pretty much what it comes down to. Okay, so this one here is about how are you doing, Vitaly? Nice to see you. Appreciate you coming by today as well. Let's do no, we don't want to do this because everything's gonna get sent to here. So we have to filter a lot of this stuff. So let's do a break here. And then we'll make it so that only eggs are passing through. Oh, never mind, because I'm already taking everything out. So that's fine. I forgot that I had this in here. This takes everything out that is not an egg, right? Yeah. Anything that's not an egg stays in here. All right. So this is okay. It's just more work for this auto sweeper. Okay, and so basically what should happen is all the eggs that I want to keep in this chamber to keep this population alive, which is obviously overpopulated right now, should stop in here, and they should drop in this conveyor chute, and they should not be able to pass. Now, we have a problem. Oh, we don't have this done. All right. Easy fix. Easy fix. I'd love to see Ani's city block design. That'd be kind of cool as well. You know what, Chad? I cannot wait for Away Team. It's going to be so much fun. I'm just so nervous that it's going to come out in November when I really want to play like nothing but GTA. But I'm hoping it comes out at the end of summer or something. That would be amazing. Because I am so excited for to play Ani Universe, but just a little bit different game. But anyways, yeah, how are you doing, Vitaly? Yes, I did, and yes, I did say that. Enjoying the new PoE League? Awesome so far. Oh, I heard a lot about that. My coworkers were talking about it. Just saying you've cursed another innocent soul. Yes, I did, unfortunately. And that's what my coworkers who are major soccer fans were also saying the same thing. They're like, yo, can you cheer for Argentina, please? Because we hate Argentina and we want them to lose. And I was like, well, what if they end up winning? And they're like, well, if you cheer for them, they won't win. So I'm like, okay, well, fair enough. Should I do anything about that? I don't know. I need to keep digging this out. Just go all the way. Yeah, just go all the way down. Don't really want this to be flooded. I mean, I guess I have no choice initially to get rid of all this water. Now, the question is, do I start pumping this water out and putting it somewhere, or do I just let it hang out? I kind of like the swimming aspect of this DLC. I kind of want to mix it into here, but in order to do that, I have all this other stuff that I would have to go through, and I could do a really awkward dig where I like go through and drop it into here. I don't know if that's worth it though. Here, let's drop this a little bit lower. Wiki says it would take 36 flatulent duplicates to supply one generator consistently. I think that would need the hamster wheel. Really? Is that how weak they are? You can tell I've never tested this theory yet, or this idea yet. That would be a very slow playthrough. I don't know if I could manage that, to be honest. That would be a lot to do. Okay, let's keep going with... Oh, we got a lot of lag in this area on the game. I'm not sure what happened there. For that the game just dropped half its frames all of a sudden. Okay, I want to get this done. So let's put a liquid bridge on that. And then we'll have this is already piped. Okay, this is already got in. Good. So everything is fine there. And then we can delete this. Actually, we'll delete all this. We'll delete all the water piping. Like that. And then we'll delete the pump. finally get rid of this. We'll just drop it right into here. We'll take these Poke Shells out, who've been living here forever. Multiple generations of Poke Shells. And we'll put them in with the rest of the Poke Shells because, you know what? They all belong in the pit. There's only one, I guess. So that's fine. And then we shall keep digging. Hey, what's up, Fitz? You have a message from Ethan. Press 1 to accept. What's going on, Fitz? Nice to see you. Kevin says the problem with what one team was away team was called for roughness and the other one wasn't. So was Spain rough as well? Is that what you're implying? I'm not like I don't know. I'm asking sincerely because I didn't watch the full game. I've only saw the highlights as it was happening. Because I don't have like I didn't want to pirate it and I didn't have any way to watch it. So yeah, I have no idea exactly what was going on. Or no, are you implying that Spain was called for roughness even though Argentina was the one being rough? Because I know that was another thing that my soccer coworker fans mentioned. Yan says, I'm Brazilian and I legally obliged to dunk on Argentina, but I'm not really a football fan either. Well, that's fine. At least you're sticking to the legality of your situation. You know what? It's fine to dunk on other teams. You know, that's what makes sports fun. Is that it unites not only does it unite people on the same teams, but it also unites people on different teams. Like if the world collectively has to dunk on one team more than the other, then you know that's to me that's united in my eyes. So I think soccer's the best for that because it's such a popular sport globally versus something like hockey. Like it's really, I mean, it's popular in Europe as well, but I don't know if it's popular to the extent that it is here in North America. Like I don't think it is. I think maybe in Russia it might be, just because like there's a lot of really good Russian hockey players. And I mean, you know, same with Sweden and Finland as well. Not taking any away from Sweden and Finland and those other teams, but you know, like historically the Soviets and the Russians have been very, very good and dominant. And then Canada and then the US I think would be third. I'm not sure who's third. I would guess it's the US, but it might be Sweden or Finland as well. If you split up the Soviet Union and if you start factoring in each individual country, which might be really difficult, maybe you get a different outcome. I'm not sure. But obviously, Soviets and Canada were the most dominant. So I would say that it's a very popular sport in that region. I'm sure Vitaly could confirm how popular it would usually be. I should just put this on infinite, right? Like, why am I not putting ceramic on infinite, right? I should. I'll use coal for it first. And then obviously we'll put refined carbon on 50 or whatever. Do you ever spend time with your coworker in your free time? So not so much these days because, you know, we're all older now and we all have, like money's really tight for here in Canada. It's for a lot of people, and a lot of my coworkers have kids, and you know people have family obligations and things like that. You know, they got to spend, and everyone wants to go home and just relax, right? Like we spend already a good portion of our entire lives together as we're working together, so it's not something that we really focus on after. I know it's all like these are all excuses in a way, but all that is to say, no, I don't. Not anymore. We used to a lot more back in the day. And when I say back in the day, I mean like 10, 15 years ago when it was a lot more reasonable to go out for to eat, go out to drink or whatever. Now money's so tight for a lot of people that it's difficult to make that happen. And then you got to save for expenses basically. Spain was called for trivial roughness. Argentina was also never called for blatant roughness. Okay, I did see trivial or fictional. I did see that one knee on knee, which in hockey is a big no-no. So, and then there was a meme where the guy gets hit and he does like a lot of somersaults and like flies to the moon or whatever. That looked pretty painful, not gonna lie. Especially, coming from a hockey perspective on that, it definitely looked like that was really bad. Did I miss anything here? Just gonna scroll back up here. Okay. Oh, I did miss something. Sorry, I didn't say hi to Sprinkles. Sprinkles, I'm so sorry. I missed your. I knew I missed something. Sprinkles, hello, welcome to the stream. Awesome, Julian Pro. Hey again, Ethan. Any tips or mods to help with low frame rate during mid to late game? Okay, so mods, I'm not sure of. Tips, as far as tips go, actually, my frame rate just got really bad for some reason. That something happened around here that didn't agree with my my CPU. So this game is CPU limited, right? So there's a lot that's happening on screen all the time, like these shine bugs that are constantly pathing themselves all over the place. This is something that you could probably deal with relatively easily by just confining them to a chamber, like put it like here or something. So if you have a lot of flying critters, I think that could really help you if you confine them so they're not able to path all over the place. Now, I say this, I haven't tested these for myself. I'm just sort of assuming that that's going to help out in the long run if you put all your critters in one spot. Another thing that you could do is clean up all of your garbage. Sometimes, like off stream, because my playthroughs tend to get a little bit slow over time, I will take 2-3 hours and just let my duplicants pick up all the garbage that's on the floor and put them into one single location. And in my case, that's this automatic dispenser right here. So I did relocate this is my original storage that dropped down to here. Now it's in here. So that's another thing that can be very, very helpful. And that I know for sure helps. Well, at least I haven't tested it like specifically, but it has made enough of an impact that I've noticed it being a fix during my live streams, okay? Because my live streams, I'm not going to sit here and live stream and have my duplicants do this for 2 or 3 hours. That would just be super boring, like nothing would ever get done. So I have like a point where I can compare a previous live stream to my next live stream, and I can tell you that this does make a difference. Now, how much difference does that make is going to depend on your CPU. I strongly believe that, because as the game gets bigger and bigger and there's more temperature interactions and there's more gas interactions, like all these interactions, I believe they eventually add up enough to where you just have a situation where your CPU just can't keep up. Even with me, I'm only at 55 frames right now, which is kind of crazy. I'm usually a lot higher. But so if you can take the time to put all these gases into its own chamber, like I'm pretty sure if I went into Sandbox 1 right now and made everything a vacuum, I'm almost certain I would gain like 5 to 10% better frame rate. I'm almost certain of that. Again, I haven't confirmed it, but I should do a video on that and test all that stuff out, because that would be super interesting. So video. I'll do some research on for you guys that ask me that, video on frame rate. That'd be a really good one to do after the plastic video. But I don't know any mods that would do that. But yeah, it's basically just limiting the amount of work your CPU has to do. And that has to do with liquids as well. Like that's not the exact reason, like the only reason I like to keep my liquids separated. But again, I'm pretty certain that just having liquids interacting with each other is going to eventually cause a lot of bottlenecking on your CPU. Because you have to think, like, it just seems to be logical to think that, okay, if this liquid packet here is 23 degrees and it's interacting with this 26 degree, like all these liquids that are interacting and constantly changing temperature, right? Like there's got to be some sort of lag that's created, even if it's very minuscule. But once it adds up over, hundreds or thousands of interactions, that has to make a difference. You know what I mean? Like right now, I'm at 50, 60 frames, 80 frames is my max right now. And I'm running a 9800X X3D. Like I have one of the best CPUs on the market, and I'm only at now. Granted, I am running at 1440p with a max of 240, so I am limiting myself so I don't have any simulation issues. But Okay, so someone says, Yan says Fast Track is a performance mod. So there you go. You could try that. I've never tried that, but I'm going to test it out for the chat now. That I get that question quite a bit. So that would actually be a really good one to play around with and to help you guys out. But I'm sorry I can't be any more helpful. I've sort of become just used to... I like that they have almost the same color here. Take this one more. I've almost become used to just... dealing with it in the long run. Like my old PC used to get so bad that in order to move my camera from here to here, I'd have to pause the game. It used to get very, very poor. Okay, so let's see. It's kind of interesting that soccer fans are much more violent. Hockey fans are not. Well, I mean, when the Vancouver Canucks lost against the Boston Bruins, I think it was in 2011. They burned down the city. So I don't know if that can apply to all fans. I mean, there's going to be... Okay, here's the thing. I don't believe that it's hockey fans in general that are crazy. I think it's the fact that people are just looking for an excuse to do stupid stuff. I mean, let's be real here. Nobody actively wants their city to be burned down, right? And it doesn't benefit anybody. Like, why would it benefit even the people who are doing that? So I strongly believe that there's just a problem with... Trivaldo, suck it up, bro. I strongly believe there's a problem with just people using the moment as an excuse to cause unnecessary violence and, you know, something that, like, obviously if there's that sort of a riot, the police just really can't do anything, right? They're not equipped to deal with that situation. Now, that being said, you could, you know, have the military ready or prepared, or like a SWAT team with maybe water cannons or something. I don't know how they would deal with. I don't know how people deal with that. But it's just very unfortunate that that's the case. And, you know, are you kidding me? I blocked this area in and I didn't take out all the stuff. I'm so disappointed of myself. Okay, so let's continue with... By the way, let's see. This is working now. Good. Okay, this has been all cleared out. This can all be cleared out as well. And then we'll continue working on this sea queen farm. So the sea queens, okay, chat, look away. I'm going to have to attack some of these and just get rid of them. I think these are contributing to a lot of lag as well. Because again, these things here, like, they can just go all over the place, right? Here's Devin Lariat flexing his muscles to get rid of some of these guys. And I have to have a better storage system for the Meechin as well. This is not ideal. You know what, let's just do something like this. I'm so sorry, Sea Queens, but there's way too many of you. Way too many. This automation... Let's just take a look at the automation here. So this is sending a green signal, and I'm looking for a sea queen egg. So I guess they must have hatched or something. I should see some sea queen eggs in... Oh, they're not laying eggs because they're all cramped. Right. Okay, my bad. You can confirm, Vitaly, that's regarding the Messi prediction. Fitz says soccer rage is emotional while hockey is strategic. You need to just hate enough to stop feeling the cold in your balls. Here in Russia, business owners are often into organizing sporting events for their local workers and families, especially bigger factories and such. Even tournaments with prizes. That is so cool. Yeah, that used to be life here in Canada as well. Maybe it's still... I mean, look, it still is in other businesses, I'm sure. But I work for a small company now. I think it's a lot different when there's a lot less of you, right? We're like... I think we have a pretty good understanding that... why aren't the fish fillets being removed? Oh, I can't reach. Oh, I'm so dumb. I put it in an area where this one can't reach it. No, I can't. I can't be too hard on myself. It's an honest mistake. Okay, let's do that, and we'll take this out. Take that out there. All right, so that is perfect. I meant to do that, by the way. That is really cool. The sporting events, yeah. I'm pretty sure that bigger companies still do that in Canada. I'm just speaking from experience. It's been so long since I've been with a big company, so it's a little bit different for me to say that as a matter of factly. But I'm sure it happens. Why wouldn't it, right? Why wouldn't it? What did I meant? I meant to do something here with the ladders. I forgot what it was. I was going to make an improvement. Oh, it was right here. It was right here. This was going to go all the way down. And then I was going to put, what's it called? Fire pole there. But this is in the way now. I've only relocated these like 5 times. Why wouldn't I move it here? Oh, man, that's so bad. That is so bad. So you know what? I'm going to have to put this... I'm going to have to move this over... really quick, I'm gonna have to put that here. Take out the bridge as well. I'm gonna try to do this quickly enough so that I don't lose power for an extended period of time. Let's put this on high alert. Hello? Excuse me? Okay, and then we'll move this back like that. We'll put the bridge back like so. Put all this on high alert. And then we'll move this one over. This one's easy to fix. This one, all I have to do is move the bridge over 1. Actually, I can move the bridge over 1. And then move that over. And then delete this bridge. That's a regular bridge, by the way, apparently. No, it's a conductive bridge, I don't know. So this one can be removed. Meanwhile, it takes me with my... it takes me with my 4-core Ryzen 3400. You know what? I mean, you can get pretty far with an older CPU. It just eventually, eventually catches up to you. And even, like I said, even with the 9800, it's insane how much what a bottleneck the CPU is in Ani. And I don't know, like, I don't know enough about programming to be like, hey, do I give credit to Clay for making it work the way it is? Or is there something else that they could do that's just, like, is making the game engine, maybe a proprietary game engine? I don't know if that's reasonable to suggest. But, like, how do you fix that? Maybe some programmers in the chat would know. But to me, it just seems almost impossible to fix, given how many calculations there's always happening. I mean, maybe fast track mod is the answer, right? Maybe that is the solution. I'll have to try it out. Okay, let's get that done ASAP, and then we can do a fire shoot down here. Okay, so that should be fine. It's said that the gas calculations are more expensive than plain natural tiles, so the one advice is to avoid unnecessary digging. Okay, so that is an unfortunate reality for someone like me who loves to have mostly a clear base by the end of the game. That being said, in the last playthrough, I tried to compress all the gases together by building massive walls and using all the material that I had left to kind of push everything in. I don't think it really worked. Well, first of all, I never finished it, so I don't really have the proper sample size to say definitively whether it would have worked or... Oh, I don't need this on accident. Whether it would have worked or not. But I think that... should I go all the way down? No, I'm good. Up there. I think that... I forgot what I was talking about. Something about... Oh, the sample size. I think that it would have worked if I was more proactive in making sure that the things aren't off-gassing and, like, putting stuff away before they start making a big mess. I really think that would be very beneficial in terms of keeping everything running smoothly. Okay, so we'll do all here. Finally, this guy can work. Now we have no fertilization. We have no sand. That's crazy. Yeah, we have lots of sand. We have lots of sulfur. We don't have to worry about that. We have lots of polluted mud, polluted dirt, row eggs. Don't care about that. Everything is pretty much good. We are losing pearls quite fast because I have so many sea queens. So we're gonna take out we're gonna take out all the population. Yeah, we'll take out all those. That's pretty much all the population. All right, there we go. I have a vague memory of that ride in 2011. People got caught up. I think they changed the rules so people weren't allowed to watch outside the stadium, so they couldn't gather like that, says T. I did not know that they changed that. I know that people still do that in Toronto. Like, Toronto has the square. I forgot what the square's called, but they have like this area where you're allowed to go and gather and watch the Raptors and the Leafs play. But that could also be because they're aware that Toronto is just incredibly expensive, and you know nobody's affording tickets to go to a Leafs game, especially in the playoffs, for example. Unfortunately. Okay, so that's a lot better now. I'm a lot happy with that. Let's dig this out. Yeah, things are looking pretty good. Let's go back down here and start working on... They must have dug it out. Yep, they got this dug out yet. Now. Let's build some tiles around there. We'll just take the... Not the siltstone. It should have the basalite or whatever. It's basalt. So we'll do something like this. The usual. I don't know how high I usually make this, but I want to keep it... I want to keep it exactly the same. So I want this to be a 6x6, which is exactly the same as that. Oh, it's fine. So we'll do 6x6 is going to be here. So we'll put the first tile, airflow tile here. We'll just get that, give myself a marker there so I know where to build it. And then of course we'll build this conductive wire joint plate somewhere here. A little bit, one below. Oops, misclick. I should get the fast save mod too. That would actually be pretty helpful. Now, the biggest bottleneck for this, it's going to take so long for my duplicants to get over here. So we'll just keep on. I guess we'll just keep waiting and eventually... See, for some reason, they love running. I guess maybe when they're wearing Atmos suits, they're a lot slower. I really hope that these guys are... Oh, they're protecting. They might slaughter my duplicants. Please, 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 please do not slaughter my duplicants. Devin, you have to get out of there. You're way too close. I'm really nervous, chat. I think we're gonna lose a duplicant at some point with these glow squids. How about we move this out of the way? Oh my goodness, they're attacking. Yeah, look how slow Stella is. Oh my goodness. They're definitely gonna get... If these glow squids get pissed, they're definitely gonna get... my duplicant's in trouble. All right, let's just hope for the best. Another to avoid is to have redundant pathing for duplicants, so avoid double ladder shafts, locking the door at the top. Yes, yeah, those are some good tips as well. I forgot to mention those. I'm going to write those down, actually, because you are correct. That's one of the reasons. So this is something that I do subconsciously now, because you are correct, Ian. But I usually only have one main ladder shaft, and sometimes I'll have, like, you know, ones around, like wherever it makes sense, I might put another one, like for here, for instance. Although I don't really need that anymore. So I usually only make my base big enough for that. I used to love making a nice, like, almost like a subdivision-like base where there's so many different paths for my duplicant to take. And then I realized very slowly that, oh, this is actually horrible, apparently. Okay, this still isn't done. It's my bad. Put that there, I guess. Okay, and then what else? This can be eventually dug out. Okay, we can... Wow, my duplicants have to crawl all the way through here, don't they? That is quite the hassle. Anyways, let's keep going on this. We're going to... how did we do this before? We put one of these guys in here, I think it was. And we're going to vacuum out, or at least suck out all this water. Put a pump up somewhere here. And just drop it on top. Actually, yeah, we'll put it on top. It's fine. Put this across, something like that. This glow squid's gonna have to move, sort of in the way. And then we'll do, how big is our... It's 3 tiles high up there. Okay, so we'll keep it 3 tiles high. I like that. Okay, so something like this. Obviously, we need power here as well. So we'll build a little platform. Not like that. Let's cancel this for now, because I need to bring regular power up here. So we'll do a transformer, I think. Something like this. And then we'll do some ladders. temporary ladders anyway. Dig this out. And then bring this wire up there. I don't need this transformer for... Well, actually, I kind of do need it for a while, so whatever. Just leave it in there. It's not a big deal. Maybe I should not build it out of zinc. Maybe let's build it out of the last of the gold that we have. Okay, so there we go. We'll work on that slowly but surely, and we'll put this onto there, and then we'll bring some ladders. They can actually reach that. That should be fine. Bring the ladders up like that instead. My algae cooker method I mentioned above also cooks mucin into slime. Oh, sorry, Kevin, I must have missed that again. How far ago was that? Did I miss that? Oh, how far? Oh, we're talking about soccer. I don't even see it. Wow, that must have been. It must be already off. Oh, here it is. Sorry, Kevin, I missed this one. I missed the message before that too. Sorry about that, chat. I think I had my new jank engineering adventure, refined magma volcano tamed pretty well, but my attached algae cooker was a complete failure. I had to make a bunch of adjustments, so it's actually decent now. That sounds pretty cool. I've never cooked algae before, so that would be an interesting. I mean, it's with I guess with magma it would be pretty easy to cook, but hard to perfect, I would say. And then I missed a message from like and subscribe as well. I think once they're grown, they stop needing salt water. Okay, so I did not know that actually. You're talking about the flu corals, or we were talking about something that needed salt water. Hey, sorry, chat. If I missed something, just feel free to let me know. Sometimes I get into a topic too much, and then the chat scrolls away, and then I don't see it. Let's see. Ultra football, ultras though, hockey fans in general, they are tame creatures. I mean, yeah, I think I would also agree with that. I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that we are just a lot less popular of a sport, so therefore we appear to be tamer. You know, like there's not as many of us to be to cause chaos or whatever. Let's see. We'll put this in here. We'll very smartly not build this out of zinc ore this time. Something like steel is a lot more preferred, I think, and then or gold. So this is not. Why is it? Are these not in the center? Oh, they're off to the side. Okay. Well, I guess this will have to be. Oh, okay. I guess it'll have to be off to the side. No matter. Okay, then the conveyor belts. We want to take the outputs. Yeah, that's fine. Take the outputs into go above. Let's go above that geyser. Kind of like that. And then this is the input for I think this is diamond. So take the diamond all the way over. I don't like that. I don't like that. I'm gonna switch these. Please do not build. Please do not build these. Yeah, we'll do that. Then we'll do a shipping. I don't know. This is not really better. It's just a preference thing. There we go. Okay, so this can start being vacuumed out, and we'll put a door here. Build that ASAP. A copper's fine, I think. The ultimate boss of Ani is lag. Absolutely. Yeah, lag is the when you here's the thing. When your game is laggy, it means you beat the game. You don't have to play anymore. You don't want to fight the cold, do you? Even punching hurts a lot. Well, they also have a new rule fits where not a new rule, like it's relatively new, where you're not allowed to fight after you can't remove your helmet willingly. You have to keep your helmet on. So, and you also have to wear visors now. Before, I don't think there's any hockey players left. I think maybe Brent Burns is the last hockey player who doesn't have to wear a visor, but everyone else does. And you're not supposed to remove your helmet. So, imagine fighting with a helmet and a visor on. That's crazy. The game does so much math. I'm impressed that they made it work. If they took it out, I think it would take away from the game. Yeah, I agree. It is impressive in and of itself. Like I said, I'm not sure if it's if I should praise them or be disappointed at how much it lags in the mid to late game, because I just don't know any better. Oh, what am I doing, by the way? The liquid pump has to go up here. You know what? I'll just keep an eye on it, and I'll cut it off once it's... Because I don't... This has to be submerged, so... Yeah. I'm actually doing this the wrong way. Let's put that up there and do it the right way. And then this has to be... This can come out as well. And then what else? This has to be connected to power. And then we can delete this. All right, so we'll get that done. Get it done quicker inside here. This has no power. Why is this not... oh, it's not connected. Okay. Soon enough, it will be done. I heard filling empty spaces with plastic or nominally conductive tiles can help reduce calculation burden. Yes, that's what I was trying to achieve last playthrough, is by building walls. Like any sort, I think any sort of wall is better than a bunch of temperature interactions. But I agree, something that is less conductive would probably be way more ideal. Fitz's current calculation could be optimized as far as liquid and gas. I'm not sure. Oni, water, and gas tiles are tile based. To change something like that might require a rework of the entire system. That is true. I wonder if they could. Again, I have no idea what I'm talking about, but I wonder if you could do a system where, like, instead of changing the relative temperature of each individual tile, you have like blocks. If they're very big blocks of, like, let's say polluted oxygen, instead of being like, okay, this polluted oxygen has to deal with this one and deal with this one and deal with this one and deal with, and so on. Okay, the game could be like, okay, this is all polluted oxygen, so I'm going to only calculate a 3x3 square and apply that relative difference to each of those squares. So I guess that might harm calculations in a way, because you wouldn't get a clean calculation for each individual square. But because this is all polluted oxygen anyway, maybe that would be more ideal. And maybe put it like depending on if it's a very dramatic shift, like let's say it's very hot over here and very cold over here, that would be obviously a much more dramatic and faster shift in temperature. You could be like, okay, if the temperature variance is X, reduce that application of the plus or minus to the adjacent square by 20% or something, to make up for the fact that you're changing 3 tiles now simultaneously instead of just 1. So maybe something like that. It's kind of like how open world games work, in the sense that they don't load everything into memory at the same time. Well, I don't know how newer games work. I'm talking like older games. Like they would only load segments. Like the map would be broken up into a bunch of squares, and each of those squares would be loaded into memory at a time. So you wouldn't be able to. So you could fit everything into the player's vision. And then as you move around the map, the memory gets offloaded with the area that you just left, and a new area gets loaded in. And usually that would be relative to the player's location or something like that. So maybe they could apply the same technique for gases. But again, I think that would require a rework of how the calculations are done in general. But again, this is coming from someone who has no idea what they're talking about, so take that with a grain of salt. YouTube gave me a mid-stream commercial, Kevin. Hell yeah. Well, I mean, sorry for the commercial, but hell yeah, go YouTube. Trying to help me make some money. No, I don't. Chad, if I apologize if YouTube gives you a lot of commercials. I don't control them, so just wanted to. Hey, what's Too Legit City with the raid? Holy smokes. Thank you so much, Too Legit City. Welcome to the stream, and welcome everybody who just got raided. That is super awesome. I'm so far behind on chat, so now I'm gonna have to skip a bunch and say hi to everybody. But if I miss something important, please tag me and let me know. So Lopo BR, you're from is that Brazil? Welcome. The Sabin, welcome to the stream. Grand Illusion, how many hours is this run? This run is 52 hours in. Too Legit City says, Bamba Raid, hello. How's the colony and dupes? Too Legit City, thank you so much. I've heard a lot about you on my stream from the viewers. You are very popular. around this area. So thank you so much for giving me the raid and sending your viewers over. The colony is going very well. I hope that yours is likewise. Currently, we're working on taming more of these gas fissures. I already have 2 set up, and I'm working on a 3rd one. We have natural gas as a power supplement to our tidal turbines. We have a couple of volcanoes and geysers set up. Start of an industrial brick off to the side over here where we're making our metals, we're making our steel. Travaldo has got the stone cot, and everyone else has private bedrooms. And then we have our pit of, if any of our duplicants pee themselves, they get thrown into the crab pit. So that's how things are going. What's the word on the street? You are very popular in this area, Too Legit City. Thank you so much for the raid again. And thank you everyone for joining. How to beat Audi. Make your colony survive until the FPS becomes seconds per frame. yeah. That is 100%. 100% how you beat Audi. The problem is you scroll around the map too fast. Yeah, I do scroll around too fast. I zoom out and I'll be like, zoom over here. Scrolling out kills the FPS. Like at this right here, I'm at 29, 20. I'm at max 33 I'm between 22 and 36. Now, granted, you're not supposed to scroll out that far. That's why that's a mod, right? Like the game, Ani or Clay knows that. Like, okay, let's make it so I don't want any of these. Clay knows that that's a hindrance to the game, so they force you to stay like this close, basically. And I'm getting 60 FPS right now as it is. But as soon as you start moving out a little bit, looks good. You're doing good. Thank you so much, Too Legit City. Appreciate that. How was your stream? Thank you so much for coming by. Let's see, did I miss anything? I think I got everything. I was just talking about, Kevin was talking about the mid-stream commercial. Yeah, so sorry, by the way, chat, if any of my videos give you too many commercials, please, so YouTube does automated commercial blocks. I almost never put in a manual commercial block. All right, so I let YouTube handle all that on their end. If at any time my videos give you too many commercials, please let me know in Discord or on the comments. I will remove them manually. Like, obviously, I would like to make ad revenue from the videos, but I don't want you guys to watch a video with like 5 commercials on it. And I know that's a huge problem. I will literally go back and manually remove them, okay? So please, if it's a problem, let me know. Because listen, I hate commercials as well. I understand that creators, especially if this is like full-time work, like this is not my full-time work, but if it was, you survive on commercials and community support, right? So I do, I have YouTube Premium, so I don't watch commercials, but I know it's like, it's needed, but not too much. Like, it's ridiculous. Sometimes I'll be watching a YouTube video on my coworker's phone at work at lunchtime or something, and there'll be a pre-roll, which is fine, like a 30, 15-second pre-roll that you can skip. But then like 2 minutes in, there'll be another commercial and for like a 5-minute video. Listen, you just let me know, and I will delete the commercial block manually, because that's ridiculous. And again, I understand, if this is your full-time job, you might need those blocks. I don't need those blocks, so just let me know. I'd rather have the viewing experience be better than, than not. Am I sending this the right way? I really hope I am. I think I have these mixed up. Oh boy, let's see what I'm doing here. I'm sending diamonds to here, which is good. And here I'm supposed to be removing this. So yeah, this is obviously wrong. I should be sending sulfur out, not in. So that's okay. I'll fix that in a second. I'm not a game dev, just a standard dev, so it takes a grain of salt. Okay, gotcha. Well, I'm not a game dev or a standard dev. I'm an electrician, so I have no idea what I'm talking about. All I know is that when I used to program games, like in high school and stuff like that, on Visual Basic or C++ or what else, Turing, and those very 20-year-old programs that I would try to use the technique that I just described. I don't know how it is these days. Today I saw an article where the AI data center electricians make $240 a year in the States. Do you plan on moving? No. No, I don't yet. that would be good money, but you know, it'd be giving up a life in Canada, which I very much enjoy. So money isn't. It's the grass isn't always greener. You know what I mean? Stream was good. Just doing some max diff stuff on Frosty Planet, Pack Lab Map. Learning how the soggy socks are causing stress issues and everything's melting. We're surviving though. Agree on that. Ads that are important but YouTube in general has been obnoxious about them lately. 100%. And I watch a lot of content creators that where that's I see that in the chat, in the comments section, and they are the same way. They take notice and they're like, yeah, sorry, but let me remove sub. Obviously, not everybody is willing to do that, and that's their prerogative. I'm not gonna shame on them. That's their channel, their prerogative. But ads. First of all, ads are what keeps most people doing what they do, right? So, like it's nice to get a little bit of income, especially when Google itself is making a lot of income. So it's nice to get a little bit of a piece of the pie. Now, like I said, at the same time, if you're very obnoxious about it, like T says, just or if it's very obnoxious on my videos, just please let me know. All right. Okay, so this is coming along here. We'll suck all that water out, and then we'll get everything here started to send over. Yeah, this is I kind of messed myself up, kind of bottlenecked everything, but that's all right. Not that big of a deal. Oh, we have a cat. Chat, we have a cat coming over. So for those of you who just joined from Two Legit Cities, this is Lily. We got new viewers. Here we go. We got a cat. What's up? What's up? I just realized, chat, that the reason the cats don't like being here is because I have a bright key light shining right in their eye. Like I could just see Lily trying to look away. Okay, please don't, not on the desk. Do not walk on the desk. There's lots of stuff there. There's lots of stuff there. Okay, you go that way. Go hang out. Go hang out down there. There you go. So that was Lily, chat. Lily is my 3-year-old tabby. She loves roaming around and causing havoc. She's on some medication that makes her a little bit loopy when it's first given to her. She has a tooth problem. So we're going to get that fixed in August. We have a surgery date set up. So she's like, it makes her extra affectionate. As what they said. It can be used to treat anxiety as well, but it's like a nerve blocker for things like tooth pain. Hey, Charlie, thank you for the sip of Esca. Appreciate that. Nice to see you, Charlie. And Kitty Cats. Hey, Kitty. What's going on? Happy Friday. Happy Friday, chat. And Kitty and Charlie, thank you guys so much for stopping by. Oh, what are you eating? Oh, there's nothing to eat there. Are you eating a dust bunny or something? Like, this is what I mean. I talked about this last time, chat. She will eat anything off the floor. She might just... I don't know. I have no idea what she's nibbling on. Please do not eat anything that's going to send you to the hospital. There's nothing there. Stop. Stop. Dude. You have... Go get your food. This cat is costing me too much money already. No, don't eat that. There's nothing there. Well, I mean, it's not there now. Sometimes, like, I work. Sorry, let me get back to the game. I work in construction, so sometimes I have like wood chips on my clothes, and it's like literally impossible to get all the wood chips off. So I'll come in and throw my clothes in the hamper, the laundry hamper, and then maybe I'll drop a wood chip or two along the way. And I think that's what she was chewing on. It's just very annoying that she will literally eat anything and everything. Yummy Ethernet cable. Luckily, the Ethernet cable's like tidied away enough that it shouldn't be a problem. But yeah, it's just insane. Diamond. Okay, we got diamond here, and we got everything being picked up once this is ready to go. Let's see. Let's make sure we got everything connected. Okay, we got everything connected. It just got backed up because I started setting this the wrong way. Okay, so here's what I have to do. Obviously, we've got a problem here. This is backed up. It does not need to be backed up. Let's just throw all the sulfur, like right here. If it's not able to go into here, if it's full, then we'll send it. How do I kind of built this wrong to do it the way I exactly wanted to do it. Maybe we'll just have it split down the middle and just put it right there. And so it'll do 50-50. This is not ideal long term, but just, oh, sorry. I stepped on her tail. Maybe just for now to get this cleared out. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. My brother's cat stole a whole piece of pizza off the plate once. It was what, half as big as the cat. Dude, they'll eat anything. It's crazy. It's not only like, I get it, right? Their survival instincts are like, hey, let me try this to see if it's food worthy. But it's like, can you just not? Like, you have food available. They have kibble available. They don't need to try everything. But this one particularly, Lily is very. I have two cats. I have Luna and Lily. Luna is like, I don't want nothing but the best. She will not even eat half the treats, even though she's very big. And you would think that I'm lying if I told you this, but she will not even eat half the treats that we have that Lily will eat. Luna does eat a lot though. She loves her kibble. Versus Lily is more of a survivor in the sense that she will literally try anything and everything just to make sure that she's full. Hey, what are you doing? Why are you being so suspicious? Okay, I might just go and give her a treat here soon. It's just very far away. I don't want to stop the stream to do that. Please, do not. She has kibble, Chad, I swear. I'm not starving the cats. Okay. How's this going? This is a little bit more water here. I think I should just move this a little bit lower. Just move this one or two tiles lower like that. It just has to be submerged. It doesn't have to be. This doesn't have to be full. So I'll take this out. I'll move this a little bit lower. We'll get rid of all that water, and then we're good to go. There you go. You just sit there and relax. She's sitting there and relaxing now. Okay, so this should be moving. It's very slow, but it's definitely moving. All right. Do you have a priority bridge on the sulfur rails? No, you're right. I should put a priority bridge, but for now, I just want everything to be just moved out because it's gonna take a while. Actually, you know what? In fact, let's just do that. I have sulfur right here, so worst case scenario, if this goes empty and if I forget to reestablish this connection, all I have to do is have my duplicates deliver it for a short amount of time. But I need everything out of here. Like, this is just too much. There's no reason it has to be backed up. And I have so much sulfur here. I have 10 tons of sulfur waiting to be used. So, I mean, it is very hot. It's not ideal, I suppose, but it doesn't matter. And this is outside of my base, so it can be a little bit hot and not be that big of a deal. Don't believe him. Cats are always starving until you top up the food bowl. I've seen the kitty. Have you seen those videos where the cats are being fed by the automatic food bowl? Those are hilarious. And they like know when it's, because cats have a very good internal clock. Like, Lily will wake me up every single day before my alarm goes off, like 5 minutes before my alarm. She's very good at it. But I've seen those videos on like TikTok or Instagram Reels or wherever. Some people, I don't know. I don't have TikTok personally. I have Instagram, but people have sent them to me on TikTok where they like come running when the food bowl goes off, or sometimes they'll know when the food bowl it's gonna go off and they'll sit there waiting for it. It's so funny. Grand Illusion, what electricity generator do you do in Water Planet? Okay, so the first and foremost, the free way to get power is a tidal turbine. And you have a bunch of these, I I've covered them all up now with the turbines. But you have a bunch of these tidal springs, which consume water and then erupt water. And that turns the turbine, which makes you 300 watts of power, and there's a bunch of these. So that's the first and foremost way. The second ideal way is to make use of these thermal gas fissures, which constantly produce natural gas, and they accumulate sulfur. And then you need a diamond mining drill, and you need a supplement of diamond in order to keep the sulfur from clogging it up. And then you just capture you capture the natural gas, and you send it into your storage chamber. So my storage chambers now, it started the day, or it started the stream at 900 kilograms per tile, and now it's at 736. So I'm actually consuming more than I'm using. So this is all the more reason to get this set up as quickly as possible. All right, so we're gonna put this down here. A little bit of an in-between of where I already had it before. No big deal, just pipe that in, get that set up ASAP. And then we can start vacuuming this out. So let's do some gas pumps in here. We'll do steel. Steel's fine. We'll do an Atmos sensor as per usual, just to make sure that I don't vacuum it out entirely. Not that it really matters, I don't think, but I like to just have a little bit in there at all times. And then of course we'll have our gas pipes, which I should make out of basalt, because it's readily available in this area. I don't have to bring coquina all the way from wherever. And then we'll bring it to here. Now this is for some reason plugged up as well. Oh, I remember why now, because I had a little bit of carbon dioxide in there. Whatever. It's already mixed in. That's probably why I was not at a surplus of natural gas. It should be good now. Luckily, these don't overpressure. These just keep making more, and these just keep working. Do a priority bridge on the sulfurs. Yes, I will. Once everything has been fully exhausted. Like, this is still not being used here, so I have this sulfur will continue to go for. Why is this empty though? Oh, because that's why. I forgot that conveyor rails have that weird. Even though we just talked about it literally like an hour ago, it's always weird to me that conveyor rails don't work like that. Okay, let's do a priority bridge. You know what? It's just a lot easier to do that. Yen's correct. Yen is correct. Let's just do that. I'm being neglectful, and it's my bad. Okay, so we'll plug that in, and we're off. Okay, so lots of stuff for our duplicates to work on now. We'll just give it a second here. Okay, so can you put the world seed I want to play it on also? Yes, of course. I'm gonna put the world seed should be in the description. If it's not, for whatever reason, there you go. It's in the chat. My horses got extinct, says user KC. KC, what happened to your seahorses? That's so sad. By the way, my seahorses are not doing as well. Why aren't these being... Oh, the sea queens are not being picked up. That's why. There we go. So they should just drop here with the automation. Let's make sure that it works correctly. It did not drop. Sea queen egg. So I'm not sure what happened that it didn't cause it to drop. It should... Oh, because there was too many eggs and the automation didn't flip in time. Okay, so that it should work on the next egg. I'll have to keep an eye on it. Otherwise, they're all gonna get extinguished as well. Or what's it called? Not extinguished. What's it called when the animals no longer exist? Extinct. How did that happen, Casey? That's so sad. I actually really like how they look. What's the name for your magic airlock door? Oh, so Kevin already put that in. Yes, it's airlock door mod by Steven or Stefan. I forgot which one it is. By the way, I do have oil. I guess I could be using the oil reservoirs at some point as well. Oil's not really priority right now because I'm doing so well on power production in other areas that it's not really that big of a deal for me. But I suppose it's something that I could focus on afterwards. Let's sweep everything out here. Actually, the only thing that has to be swept out, why can't I use this, is the egg. Move the egg to here. And move this egg to there. And I guess I'll move this. Well, you know what? It would be kind of cool to have glow squids in here, right? Let's just keep the glow squids. It's just the water. The polluted brine. There's like a thing in here of polluted brine. Is it this one? Relocate to here, yeah. Should be that one. Everything else will naturally get removed anyway, so not a big deal. Okay, so if this is above, we'll say 3,000 grams. We'll shut off the pumps afterwards. Extinct or met Ethan for too long. For the duplicates, yeah. Duplicates and I don't always have the best relationship. Although, you know, they're the ones that always mess up. That's why I have the chamber, the threatening chamber here of death. Just in case. And by the way, we haven't had anybody pee themselves yet. So I believe this is working. It is working as intended. Let's take a look at the triage. It looks like somebody... No, I thought somebody was eligible for in here when I was hovering over the thing, but I guess not. Okay, so we have... Let's see what else we can sort of improve here. What can I dig out? I guess I can dig all this out. You know what? We'll mop this up, rather. And then we'll build a wall here. Mop it up, build a wall, and then keep dropping the polluted water down to here, and then we'll sort of reroute it so it ends up in a basin somewhere here. All right, the salt water is kind of annoying. I could pump the salt water up. It's really not that big of a deal to, I guess, let it mix in, but we're gonna deal with that instead of having it mixed. All right, so we'll do that. And then I guess we'll start doing uranium with the beetles at the betas at some point as well. Not sure if that's a priority at this point. This is working now, so let's take this liquid pump out. By the time someone gets down here, I should have already been sucked out enough water. And other than that, why are these all congregating around this area? It makes me very nervous for duplicants coming to work over here. You know? Seems like this is going to be a problem. They do try to attack, but they're just too slow, thankfully. Okay, now, let's do this. We'll close this off. And then this is good to go. Everything should be okay here. See who we got from the pod? I'll take... Okay, we have Sunyar and Gizmo. We'll take... I do want to take a 20th duplicant, but not yet. I want to get a different bionic duplicant. So, let's see. Who do I have so far? I have Sunyar, Gizmo. I have 3. I have more than... How many do I have? Gizmo, Vitali, Sun. So I think these are all the different variations. I think there might be one more. I had 1 million horses, then poof, they're gone. And that reminds me of the meme in South Park where Stan takes his money to the banker, and the banker loses his money immediately, and Stan's like, "What do you mean it's gone? Gone, poof, gone." I like that. Okay, why do we have... what's going on here? This is just... everything's being put here from here. Right. So let's do a quick sweep. Quick sweep of all this stuff. And then I guess I can put these puffs into... like these guys... maybe I can put them in a polluted oxygen... like in here. They would do a lot better in here, I think. Like, they're just these poor little guys. They're trying to do it. They're doing the best they can, right? But let's just move them here. I guess they can't reach that, obviously. But they should be able to. Well, whatever. We'll see. And it's gone. Yeah. What do you mean it's gone? Poof, gone. I love that. Okay, I think this is the perfect time for a plug for being here. If you are on YouTube, please hit the like button on the stream. That would mean so much to me. And if you're on Twitch, please follow for more Oni content. I play Oxygen Not Included and Factorio on Sundays. So if you'd like to see each of those games later on, please hit the follow and check out my YouTube channel. Ethan Plays on YouTube. I do Oni content for new players, catered towards new players. I think it's interesting reading or interesting listening to experienced players' feedback on the videos as well, though. So if you'd like to check me out there, please do so. That would be amazing. And yeah, just a like on the stream, that would mean so much to me on the YouTube side. It helps get the stream to more people and grows the community. So that would be awesome. Anyways, I'll be on for another half an hour to an hour. So we'll see how the stream goes. I think right now I'm still feeling pretty good. Things are progressing. So as long as things keep doing good and progressing, I will continue to go for hopefully the 3-hour mark. But depends on how fast my old man voice gets gets more raspy and tired. And if I can stay awake, I should be okay. Are you running solar too? No, I'm not even in space yet. I've spent so much time just down here building stuff. I usually play pretty slow, so I don't typically get to space until about cycle 900 to 1000 or whatever. I spend a lot of time making sure that everything here is fully self-sustaining, and then I start going into space, because space generally requires a lot of power, like in the sense of creating more metal, like steel, which is, by the way, I need to make more iron. Let's just put that on infinite. I don't know why that's not on infinite already, but let's continue that. So before I get to space and start doing a whole other, basically separate space base up here, I like to have everything fully sustained down here so I don't have to worry about anything. Because generally at that point, I tend to forget about everything that's going on over here. So not in space yet, but we will get there eventually. I don't know how long I want to play this asteroid. Like normally what my criteria is for finishing a playthrough is to get all the objectives in the printing pod. Now, it's actually not that hard to rush this. Like the artifacts, once you get a rocket, you can pretty much just land on any asteroid and with bionic duplicates and rush to get these and whatnot. And of course, you can always just send someone to the Terra in a petroleum rocket. So it's not, it's easy enough to get these done if I wanted to, but not sure exactly how far I want to take this. I do want to go on the other planetoids, which I haven't discovered yet, and do as much as I can there. But I tend to get a little bit bored in the late game, and I like the gameplay element of starting over the early game, mid game, and building up towards fully sustainable bases in the late game. And then I sort of start getting a little bit bored around the space era of the playthroughs. So we'll see how it goes this time, if I can keep going a little bit longer. But yeah, we'll get solar up eventually, just not anytime soon. I don't really need solar at this point, right? Like I have free power with the tidal turbines as it is. I have all of them. I think all of them. Oh, maybe not this one. I have one over here. This is actually working too. So I have all the tidal turbines working, and I have residual power requirement needs fulfilled by the natural gas generators, which I now have plenty of natural gas for. And I'm also making diamond now from the pin pockets. Not a lot of diamond. Where is it? The pin pockets here. But not a lot, obviously, but enough that I should be sustaining myself quite reasonably well. Okay, so what else? Oh, by the way, one thing that I neglected is, since I'm sending everything from the sulfur and the basalt into here, this may eventually get mixed up. So this is basalt now, see? Yeah, I didn't really foresee that happening at the time. So I have to put a sorting mechanism here. So let's cut this off. Let's deconstruct everything. And then we'll sort all the materials and contents of this conveyor belt. All right. So shipping, we'll do conveyor shut off, as soon as these guys are done, because now I have obviously basalt where I don't need it, so it's all right. We will figure it out. So conveyor, element sensor here. We'll do some automation. And the shipping will go like this. Actually, I don't need the shut off there. I could just use the chute in this scenario. Yeah, we'll just do it this way. That's fine. What's 10 watts of power? It's really nothing. So we're gonna send the sulfur. Oh, if I could spell that correctly. We're gonna send the sulfur through, and we have to bring power up here as well. So send power there, and then we'll just send the sulfur beyond this point. Everything else can just sort of drop in here. And this will be like a priority bridge as well, because anything that's not being sent through should just get bypassed, I think. So same thing as a priority. And I have to deconstruct all this. I wish there was a way to manually empty this storage, but I guess there's no way. I guess you have to just suck it up and destroy the whole thing. And same thing with this. But eventually you run out of diamonds. Oh, that's what these are for, the pin pockets. The pin pockets are making pin pokey, and these can be crushed into diamond. Now, again, it's not a very high quantity at this point. I have to obviously scale this up in the future, but for now it's supplementing my usage a tiny bit. So usually, so the way I play, KC, is I don't really like to do math for what is the correct ratio. I just like to overproduce. I like to overproduce everything. So what I'll do in this situation is keep an eye on my diamond levels, and I'll just add more pin pockets depending on what this level currently is. That's kind of how. So I'll try to keep it above 10, and I'll kind of take note whether it's going up or down throughout the playthrough. And then I'll add more pin pockets accordingly. So I could very easily just double the amount of pin pockets that I have, and then just, you know, continue to make more refined carbon, and that'll be fine. I'm using coal, but I also have wood and gum wood. So this is my wood farm. These poor little pips, they're not even tame. They're just sitting in here eternally, reproducing and eating the branches off the trees, which are also not domesticated. Nothing here is domesticated, but they're producing enough wood to keep my my refined carbon production up and running. And plus, I have these 3 gumwood trees, which are an insane amount. I think I have over 100,000. What is it? Yeah, 120 tons of gumwood, and I have 130 tons of wood just from this little area here. So doing quite well in that regard as well. And let's see. Yeah, so this is kind of working the same way as it would have if I had a bypass on it. Oh, not zinc, not zinc. I keep making this mistake. This is gonna get pretty hot here, so zinc is not what I want. Okay, so since we have some duplicates, let's do some sweeping errands here. I'm sure this duplicate's not doing anything that could be doing extra stuff right now. Okay, and how is this looking? The Muchin. And yeah, so now we have eggs here. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. So now we'll be able to sustain this population. I don't need a lot of sea queens, by the way. I actually don't want a whole lot at all. So just a couple is fine. Okay, let's continue up here. Dig all this out, since I already had that marked. And then this is working just fine. What's my value here, by the way? This is 3,000 as well, okay. And this is working well enough. Okay, there's one more up here. If I continue to dig, eventually this water is going to fall, so I have to refill it. So I might as well just wait on that. Just let's dig through here and see if we can find something. I guess we can't go through there just yet. We'll dig underneath. We'll see if we can get something uncovered. And then these polluted brines will eventually start digging out too. Actually, since I'm here, I'm going to put these wild pin pockets on auto harvest to see if I can make some more production out of them. If my duplicants can reach them. Because that will also help me out a little bit. But currently it seems to be going up. It's at 16.7 tons. So Jan says there's an allow manual use on the conveyor rails, which allows you duplicants to store materials in them. Or do you do something like empty the storage like the pod plants have? Yeah, so what I was mentioning there is, so these conveyor receptacles, it was filled with the wrong material. Where is it? It was filled with basalt. So I wanted this to be emptied from basalt because I need sulfur in here to feed these pin pockets. So there's a little bit of basalt in there now. So if I do manual use, I don't believe that I can command the duplicants to empty the basalt from here. So I was looking for a empty storage function like in this hydroponic farm tile, where you can ask the duplicants to take out all the salt and the salt water and the lime or whatever. So that's more of what I was referring to. As long as I have a little bit of sulfur in here, I don't mind having it mixed in. Like, the conveyor should be free of sulfur now. Everything up here is coming up that's diamond. Why is diamond being sent up here? Diamond should not be getting put in here. I think diamond is fine to just leave. So this conveyor receptacle has diamond in it. So let's just take diamond out. I'm not sure why. Oh, this is why. Well, that's silly. Why wasn't it doing that on the other ones? Like, I manually... Oh, because these were already full, probably. No, this one wasn't full. This one was not full, and it was not taking the diamond out. So, I don't know, chat. It's fine. Some things are better left unanswered and not have to worry about it. But this is just a funny loop that I was I was creating here. Okay, so that's fixed now. I'll keep the diamond there. I don't really care about that one. I'm at cycle 3000. The game is slow. Any suggestions? I mean, besides the smartass answer and telling you to start over, I think the only thing that you can really do at that point is to make sure that your base is as clean as possible, that you have as least amount of navigation like this happening, where your critters... Oh, that's not the best example. Like where your critters are confined to an area like this. They're not trying to navigate all around your asteroid. Keep your base, like all your materials picked up in one location. Try to limit how much gases that you have all around. Like if you can vacuum out most of these areas that maybe you don't need, like just build a massive room where there's nothing happening and vacuum it out. Put it into an infinite storage chamber, stuff like that. I think that's about the best you can do at that cycle. There's just so much happening. Someone's trapped. Bits, what are you doing? How did you get yourself trapped? You're about to become... Please do not... Okay, please do not get hit by the squid. Can you leave, Fitz? Like, are you stuck for good, or... You are stuck for good, aren't you? Okay. I guess the water level must have dropped, and that's how you got stuck. All right, so let's see if we can get you out. Start digging your way out this way. Maybe you can get down to the water. You don't have you don't have a lot of time left, actually, so you really have to like boogie here. You really have to boogie here, Fitz, or you're gonna die. No, you gotta keep digging, bro. What are you doing? You gotta keep digging. Okay, can you dig that? Maybe Fitz can't dig that. Where are you? Okay, there you go. Get yourself out. Okay, yeah, just go. Your life depends on it. If you pee yourself, you know where you're going. No, just swim. Okay. Those things are like reservoirs. Let's see, did I miss a message here? Or are you talking about... Oh, so I did miss a message. Oh no, never mind. That was from a minute ago. Check your newer one. Sorry, let me see here. Steel, nice. Check your newer one. Are you talking about the receptacle? Or are you talking about the conveyor loader? I forgot where we were when that message came in. This one should be okay now, though. Diamond, I got diamond in there, and this is no longer accepting diamond. That one is P9, says Edward. Oh, that's why I was sucking it up? Should it be 5? Well, this one was 7 and 7. Oh, I see. I see. This one remained 5, and that one was 9. Got it. Got it. So when they're all the same, it doesn't transfer. I gotcha. I was wondering why that was the case, because I don't remember setting it to 9. I usually don't change those, but inevitably I did, and that's what happened. Okay, so we gotta deal with this as well. I want to get rid of this saltwater situation so I can keep digging down. This is not ideal to have this row egg here, so I'm just gonna pick it up and send it into here. And then maybe we'll put a pump here and just pump out all this water or something. I don't really have anywhere. Oh, so this is brine, not salt water. Yeah, I guess I can put it into here, but whatever. Let's dig this out. Put a pump here. And we'll do a... By the way, did anybody watch the SpaceX launch right before my stream? Looks like they made... Starship made it to Australia. The booster did not land, unfortunately. It didn't light its engines, so it had a hard splashdown. Not sure if anyone else follows rockets here, but kind of unfortunate. I was hoping that the booster would be more successful this time around, but it was not meant to be. Now, do I have any power in this area? No, I do not. So rather than bringing power all the way to here and wasting my time building that, I'm just going to build a hamster wheel for the time being. I don't believe it's the worst idea. Let's build a cool hamster wheel and then just bring some regular old wire. Just some regular old wire over and get rid of all this salt water. Slowly but surely. How to improve Oni performance? Step 1, apply for a job at NASA. Yes, true. Step 2, use their computer to play Oni. And step 3, restart your colony when that doesn't work. Could use a discharge. Oh yes, you're right. I do have those available. You are correct. Kitty Cat says, "Oh, I believe that was in response to Fitz almost getting stuck." By the way, let's mop this the squid. The squid, what's it called? Squid ink. I had some squid ink over here as well. That should be good. Look at all these guys. Look at how many there are. Holy smokes. Too many. Too many, in my opinion. This one, okay, the little packet of natural gas, 80 kilograms there already. I should probably vacuum this out too. I'm not really in a rush to do that. In fact, I don't think it's worth the hassle even. Okay, this is all going good though. What else do I want to work on next? Okay, so we're working on that. Get rid of that salt water slowly but surely. I have a mixture in here as well. That's kind of interesting. Okay, let's keep dropping this, I suppose. Or should I just build an infinite storage for all this? I think I should. I think that's the next step. Start putting the water away. Like, I don't need all this water here anymore, right? It's just kind of in the way at this point. Maybe what I should do, chat, is take my own advice and see if I can get this colony to be a lot more efficient, like running frame rate wise, by taking out all this polluted oxygen, all this carbon dioxide and all this stuff, and putting it into a storage. and see if that helps. Obviously, the big problem here would be dealing with all the things that are off-gassing, like polluted water. So I'd have to get rid of that first. So maybe that's what I start to do. Maybe I take this polluted water, and by the way, I have lots of polluted water here from this geyser anyways. That's very, very cold. So that would actually be beneficial in terms of just having this infinite water production stored somewhere anyways. So maybe let's start here. All right. Let's do something like this. Right inside the water actually would be perfect, I think. Let's do this. Put a liquid pump, and we'll do... How do I like to do... I forgot how I built this. What's the system that I like to use? Do something like this. I should have the blueprints mod opened up. Yeah, I do something like that. Okay, cool. That looks perfect. Absolutely perfect. And then we'll drop some water, something in here like oil that's heavier. And then we'll build this over time. I'm not sure if we'll get this all done, but we'll start it anyway, and then we'll finish it on the next... Sometime on the next stream, we'll finish it. Okay, so the pipes, we want to bring water... Where's this going again? Oh, this is cooling this area. That's cool. I forgot that I set that up. Okay, so we'll bring some piping into here. And we'll bring this piping down here. We'll suck up all that water, and these will be our outlets. Okay, and then we'll put some hydro sensors in here. Is that what I normally do, hydro sensors? I forgot. That's fine. Hydro sensors are fine. And then we'll put some power. We'll put the insulated now, since we have a lot of that available. Just go straight through, something like that. All right. Let my duplicants finish that up, and then we'll come back down here and keep digging through this area. By the way, what do we have here? Minor volcano. That's right. I have a volcano up here I was going to tame last episode that I totally started to neglect. It's right here. It's dormant, actually, so it's the perfect time to do it. But I'm running a power wiring right through here, which is unfortunate. I think what I should do is rebuild this. Maybe like that. Move it over a tad. Actually, where should I put this? I want to have this something... not a lot of space to this. It's right beside my base, so it's kind of an unfortunate location. But yeah, let's move this over just a tad. And then we'll rebuild all this wiring to go straight down into here. That was in relation to the diamond being pooped out. Okay, I gotcha. So that was the priority. Gotcha. Or check the new one, the reservoirs. Okay. It should be working now. It should be working now. Wow, really laggy now. All of a sudden, this episode has gotten... Something happened in the game that caused it to be super laggy, and I don't know what I did. It was somewhere in this area. So maybe once I restart, it'll fix itself, or I have to just take my own advice and start... Maybe it's all this. I don't know. What about bolting a clay factory into that polluted water infinite storage? Yes, so that's actually a great idea. I have neglected to do that lately, but having a infinite storage with some deodorizers above it would actually be fantastic. Just put a layer of instead of closing this off with insulated tile right above the airflow tiles, maybe just do deodorizers on top instead, and then have like a polluted oxygen area as well for some puffs. Maybe have two separate liquid storages. Obviously, I think this would be too cold for the puffs, but somewhere like down here, I think this would be ideal. What's the puff temperature? Let's see if I can find the puffed. Here it is. So these guys here, their livable range is, well, negative. So 15, they want to be within 15 degrees. So yeah, this would be a little bit too cold for them. But over here, I could have like a puff farm out of that. So interesting scenario we could do. I think that's a good idea. Let's do that. We'll put this into its own infinite storage. I guess... Well, I want to keep this around. This is kind of interesting. I like to have those there. Yeah, let's do it right here. Something like that. We'll have enough space for the puffs to roam around and give him a big 96 tile. Something like that. Yeah, so we'll do it right here. So this should be, yeah, that we can close that in and make it the right size. Come down like so. We'll put some liquid pumps in here just in case we ever want to use that. Always good to have that pre-built. Maybe I should move it over one more. This ladder's going to be in the way now. Anyways. And then we'll do something like this. A cool design. I like cool designs. Do I want to do it like that? Or do I want to go up and over? I think it'd be cool to go up and over. And then we'll put 2 vents in here. Why not? A little bit of an irregular shape this time around. So yeah, I think we'll do that. See who we get from the printing pod. Plastic. Sure, why not? Okay, this is okay. This is a little bit full now. Let's empty that. I don't know what. Yeah, we're just sucking up everything. I guess this is a little bit. It's gonna be a mixture of brine and salt water, but the one who should not be named is doing a good job with the bottle filler. And then just in case my duplicates have nothing to do, I'll give them some sweep errands. Start to clean up some of this area. Okay. Yeah, let's wait on that to be done. Actually, for power, let's not forget, I'm going to be using the insulated conductive wire this time. Instead of the regular conductive wire. I got to start making that transition now that I have all this plastic production. We have basalt and sulfur here. Okay, everything is looking good. Our diamond keeps going up, so our diamond is actually at a surplus right now, which I'm really happy about. Okay, cool. Let's get this done quicker though. Put that on higher priority. So yeah, chat, another maybe 10-15 minutes-ish, and then we'll call it a stream there. And then we'll come. I'll be back on Sunday night. Now Sunday night we'll be playing Ani. Sorry, Factorio. Factorio. We're gonna try to finish well, actually, we will finish the atomic bomb, which I'm really excited about, and then we'll get to use it on some of the biter nests that have spawned up closer to where I want to expand. And then my primary goal will be finishing off the southern defense, because we have a very wide southern front that we have to defend against the spawns, and there's some other areas that I want to eventually get to, so I can harvest materials. Anyways, we'll be back on Sunday night with Factorio, and there should be a new video out by that time, and I hope that it'll be in 4K. So, as you guys know, we talked about it on last stream a little bit. I did end up getting the 5080, and it is now installed. Oh, that's interesting. That's the first time that's gotten hit in how many cycles? So I did get the 5080. I picked it up yesterday, and I got it installed. So hopefully I will be able to record and edit in 4K now, which would be very, very cool. And yeah, hopefully there's some better quality videos coming out for YouTube. Oh, no, I didn't. You're right. You are right. Yeah, sorry about that. Totally did not see the red flashing icon that time around for some reason. Even though I literally zoomed in on on the person who was running on it. Thank you for letting me know. Someone should be coming at some point. By the way, another cool thing that I should build is some metal tiles here. Since I have the copper here, why not build a way for them to run a little bit faster, especially going in this area of the base, which they have nowhere to run. Not a reliable method to run with. So build some copper here so they can run faster. Eventually, we'll be doing a lot here anyway, so it kind of makes sense to give them an easier way to travel. And then we'll start digging this out in the future. They already have a lot to do. Have a lot to do with this stuff and whatnot. Yeah, so anyways, I'm pretty excited about being able to do 4K a little bit easier now, or a little bit less of a nuisance, rather, because it does, with the 6800 that I had, it was not worth it to go through the hassle, but now I should be able to do it a lot better. So looking forward to better quality YouTube videos. So I need some oil. Let's get some oil up here. I suppose it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. You know what I want? I want to put oil inside of a bottle filler. That always seems to work out much better than just having these pitcher pumps. So likewise here, we're going to build a battery discharger. A large discharger. And then we'll hook it up to... By the way, what's the temperature here? Yeah, this is going to melt. Look at me being proactive. Take the power and put it into a liquid pump. Something like this. And then put it like that. Okay, so actually I want this to be 7. Hey, what's up, Hassan? How are you, Ethan? Got any idea when the away team is gonna drop? I wish I was an insider. I'm not cool enough to be a Clay insider, though. So I have no idea. So here's what I will say. I hope that it is going to drop before November, because my November is fully booked. My late November is fully booked. All right, the chat knows I'm a huge GTA fan. In fact, let me show you something, chat. I've been working on a project. So, yeah, sorry. To answer your question, no, I do not. But let's hope it's before November. So, I know not everyone is a GTA fan here, but I'm going to show this off to you guys. GTA themed hard hat. That'd be cool, Kevin. No, not that though. Good idea. So I actually, this is inspired by a Reddit post that I seen a couple of weeks ago. Somebody had upsized or upscaled the GTA cover, and they made a cool like poster that's framed, and they have a pink LED behind it. So I already have the Govee pink LED that I'm going to use, and I printed out a poster of my own, a massive GTA sized poster, and I'm going to build on the back of it a little bit of so it protrudes off the wall. And I'm going to hang it on the wall. I'm going to have the pink LED around the back. So that'll be for the inevitable GTA content in the future. So that's something that I've been slowly but surely putting together. Now, luckily, cool idea, bro. Thank you. These are really cheap, by the way. If you guys ever want to do some LED lights for your setup or whatever you any ideas, this was like $20 Canadian, and it works on Bluetooth. There's one that works on Wi-Fi as well. So if you want to control it remotely, this is just a Bluetooth one. But yeah, pretty cool. Was inspired by that Reddit post. That's so it'll be a background thing at some point. Not till November though, but it'll be cool. Looking forward to... Oh, something's overheating. Oh, it's the liquid pump. Oh, just as I was gloating about being proactive for making this out of gold, I built the liquid pump out of zinc. Of course. Of course. Fancy stuff, says Jan, and thank you so much. Yeah, it's a cool little arts and crafts project. I don't know if it's called arts and crafts. It's pretty much just put it together and make it work, but if you're gonna do it for your room, you're gonna need like 10 of those. I don't need 10 of those. That's a lot of money. I can't afford to make 10. This was well, I guess it wasn't that much, but this whole setup here was $60. So the frame itself was like 20 after tax, and then the printout was, I think, like 30 or something, 30 or 40 from Walmart. Okay, let's actually bring a battery this time. I have 0 metal power banks. Did I use them all up already? I guess my bionic duplicates might have. Yeah, I have 0. I'll use the eco one. That's fine. I should have lots of eco. I have 1 unit of eco. Okay. You guys have to charge these a little bit faster. Like, why aren't these being plugged in? Let's go. Let's go and get these charged. How much heat do these make? I mean, not a whole lot, but 1,000 DTUs. So I don't really want to put it in my base. I guess I could put one at the bottom here as well, so I have multiple locations of charging. Probably be a good idea. Let's put these on high alert as well. Okay, so the pin pockets actually are doing pretty good. Just having these ones set up to supplement my diamond usage. Eventually, I'll have to make more, obviously, because these ones work 100% of the time anyway. So it seems to be the correct ratio to keep going with. But when I start to tame more of these, actually, I might join these together. They're pretty. I'd have to build a big wall, but I don't know. It might make sense to join these together somehow. We'll see. I will say this: always auto sweep an empty eco power bank storage into chargers. Okay, so you were saying that I should put a... Whoa, hang on a second. Where's my oxygen? Why is my oxygen so poor? Whoa, what's happening with the oxygen all of a sudden? Okay, so here's a project to work on the next episode. I'm not going to worry about that now. So you're saying auto sweep them immediately. So put an auto sweeper here and have a way to access the empty ones. Well, I guess I don't have to have these. This is not the ideal setup in that case. Let's put this over here, maybe. And let's turn this conveyor belt around. This conveyor bridge, rather. And then have everything drop here, and then I can put the auto sweeper there. Oh, tiles. I keep forgetting. Yes, you're right, Kevin. You're right. I can delete that anyway. I always forget about tile storage. You are always the one to remind me. So let's do one there. And then we'll do... I guess we'll do one here. One there. Thank you for the suggestion. Bring some power up to here. Actually, we can make this into... convert this into conductive material now. And then we'll come back here and do this. So that seems like it's a pretty good place to put it. Just like that. Delete this. Any more conversions that my duplicates can do? Let's see. I guess I'll do cobalt up here, since the cobalt is literally right there. And we'll just delete that. Put all your empty eco in storage and let the auto sweepers put it into the charger. Thank you, Pota. Yes, that's a great idea. I always forget that the storage bins are a thing. Biodupes drop to empty ones and the Great Hall usually, so you need to auto-sweep them from there. I have to sweep them from here. I know, I put them in, I put the already charged ones into here, so I have one already charged, so I should make some more some more uncharged ones. There's no reason not to have a whole bunch of these. And then I can finally have some more power. No wonder I kept getting the bionic power warning. I was wondering why that was the case. Okay, so we'll make this out of steel. Should have lots of iron now, by the way. Dirt's doing really good. I don't have to keep an eye on dirt at all. So iron is doing fantastic. We have a lots from the ore halls, especially, doing great. And of course, steel is just waiting on the iron. So let's do double iron production here. By the way, how's the temperature? Temperature's looking good. Yeah, so I'm not sure why my oxygen has all of a sudden become low. I guess there must be a problem with delivery of the lime, would be my guess. I wasn't really keeping an eye on it enough to yeah, I'll take the shine bugs. I wasn't really keeping an eye on it enough to see what was going on, but if I had to guess, it was something to do with the lime production. Or so the lime delivery. I do have lots of it. I could just put a bunch of conveyor receptacles up here and have that distributed evenly, and that would probably benefit me a lot. Like this one has access to lime for these three anyways, so maybe it's something that I ought to do to sort of optimize this a little bit better. So let's move this over, and we'll move these to, I mean, it doesn't really matter. Not the ideal location to have all this, but we'll just put one every other. There we go, kind of like that. And then we'll do conveyor loaders, or receptacles rather, conveyor receptacles of lime here, here, and here. Oh, not steel, not steel. Why do I keep making it out of steel? It keeps defaulting to steel. Regular is fine. Gold is fine. I mean, I have lots of steel. It's not that big of a deal, but I'd rather use a less precious material. And then for the time being, let's see, how do I want to do this? For the time being, we'll put the, we'll distribute it like this. And then we'll just have the duplicates deliver lime to here until I figure out a way. Until I figure out where the majority is being made. I think it's being made up here, actually. I think it's here. But there's no lime underneath, so not exactly sure where all my lime has gone. Oh, it's here. It's literally all in here. All 14 tons of it, yep. All right, so I should do some more proficient lime production, lime. Or maybe just split this one. Split this one as well. Anyways, we'll work on that. Let's see, so what's going on here? Are my messages not coming through on YouTube? Look, Kitty, did I miss something here from here? Oh, yes, so I'm sorry, Kitty, I missed your messages. The chat kept scrolling on me, and I did not see them. So I gotta go back and read a whole bunch of them. Do you play on Spaced Out or Classic? I'm playing on the Spaced Out DLC, but with the Classic Asteroid. Kitty says the weight will diffuse the paper, and the black will darken the black areas so the colors glow more. The weight paper will diffuse the light. Kitty, are you by any chance talking about the poster? Since it was so long ago, your message. Are you talking about that one? Or is it pertaining to something in the game? I'm sorry. I'm sorry for missing that. And sorry to everyone else as well. Put all your empty eco in a store. Okay, I got that one from Potat. And then the bionic duplicates empty the batteries in the Great Hall. Okay, I got that one. You're all good on power. Maybe food for some space. So I have lots of food. Actually, what happened to my seafood? My sushi. My sushi has gone dry. I'm out of lice loaf, so this is not enough anymore. So, anyways, my duplicates are eating, I guess, fish fillet or uni. They're eating something that's probably not ideal. Am I making uni in here? Yes, I am. Okay, so let's take that off. So the pin pockets should be prioritized for this. He takes a while to read. Pretty sure he just read a couple ones in between that I wrote. Yes, I did, Kitty. I missed a whole bunch. It's like not like 4 messages in a row. Yeah, sometimes if I'm manually controlling the chat, it doesn't move. But if I scroll all the way to the end, then it'll start moving by itself, and that's how I get into trouble. So, I apologize. Yes, the poster thing. Yes, gotcha. So when I use the poster eventually, it's not going to be on. It won't be on green screen, so it should look a lot better. And then I'm also going to adjust the lighting at some point and I'm gonna try to make it work so it's a cool background for the chat. I don't want it to be a sloppy background. I want it to look cool in the back. So we'll see how it ends up working out. By the way, this is my mic. Let's move that out of the way. Yeah, we'll see what happens with that. I kind of like the idea in general with the pink background, but I know it's not going to work very well with the green screen because I'm pretty sure pink, blue, and green will do the well. It's in the Chrome key thing, the setting where it just won't be visible. You're cool with and without it. I'll rewrite the first message. Did I miss another one? I must have missed another one. You're talking about the diffusing. That one, right? I got it. So let's see. The white will diffuse the paper, and the black will darken the black, so the color glows more. With the poster. Yeah, I'll have to figure out how to do it properly so it looks good. So it doesn't look bad on stream. I hope that it ends up working out. I've never tried the paper, I've never tried a background method like that before. And my key light should be upgraded as well. It's not the best key light that I have for these things. It's very projected. Or if you have access to a CNC machine, have it made a stencil of the black outlines. I could probably do that, actually. It's not. I don't have direct access to one, but it's not hard. It's not too difficult to get somebody to do that for you in my area. There's a lot of places that have that are able to do stuff like that. So I might look into that. Where do you get early databanks early for research in planetarium? Okay, so the easiest way is to have a telescope, which is my telescope has been completely destroyed. Is to get to space and to just put a telescope into space. Telescopes produce databanks for you, and just leave it in space when you're done researching. Like when you research this much of the star map, your immediate surrounding area, you make a ton of databanks. And once you do that, you can just let the telescope be destroyed until you get back to space, and you're ready to do something more permanent up here. Oh yeah, that's a good idea, Kitty. I should do something a lot more, a lot better, so I don't have any issues when I finally do the camera. Disable the story print thing, and will eat 500 databanks. I don't think it eats it. I think it just uses it as storage. So that where's my print thing? I always miss it. That's the synthesizer. Here it is. Yeah, so this thing here, I don't think it actually eats it. I think it just uses it as storage. Like the duplicates will automatically put it in here if they have nowhere else to put it. But if you set the value to lower, I'm pretty sure they can use it somewhere else. Like if you set the value for storage to like 10, I'm pretty sure that'll all just drop on the floor. Question, does observing meteors gives you data banks? I don't think so. Never tried though. It stores it, but you can't use it, right? But I think if you disable like the storage capacity, like if you make it as low as possible, then the rest of it will drop on the floor. I think. I've used it on my last playthrough, and I remember running into the same issue. But I don't know. I don't have access to it right now, so I can't exactly verify. I guess I could load up super duper wetland, but I don't know if it's worth it. I would just say if you run into that issue, the easiest way is to not run it not run into that issue in the first place by disabling it, like you said, or by setting the storage to very low, so your duplicants are not trying to store all of it into here. But just set your storage low, and if you have, and see if it gives you the remainder back. You have to finish the story tray to see the config to drop it. Really? Okay. Well, let me see. I don't remember it that way, Edward, but I haven't used it in a long time, so I'm interested to try it maybe at the end of the stream. Actually, the end of the stream is coming up here pretty shortly, so I would say let me do like sort of an outro, and we'll do an experiment with it. It would be kind of interesting. Let's see. Cali man, what's going on? Printerceptor is my favorite story trait. It is pretty awesome. Can you hide the mecha chameleon guy in the side GTA poster? That would be art. The hide a mecha chameleon guy inside a GTA poster. Who the mecha chameleon? Is it? Are you talking about this guy? This is Booby Ike. Is that what you mean? I don't know what that reference is. This is like the side. The other side is a girl, so she's just a GTA girl that's in a unnamed. Anyway, so let me end the stream here, chat. You need to know what Mecha Chameleon game is. Yeah, I'm like the least well versed in when it comes to knowing knowing what stuff is. It's on sale right now on Steam. Oh, this game looks amazing, actually. It's like a what? Oh, I'm adding this. Okay, I'm gonna have to check this out, chat. This looks awesome. Okay, Mecha Chameleon stream coming up. That looks sick. Okay, chat. I'm gonna just do a little outro here. Then we're gonna go test the Printerceptor stuff. I'm kind of interested to see. Okay, so I'll be back Sunday. All right. So if you guys want to head out, that's totally cool. I'll be back Sunday for my Factorial stream. Thank you guys so much for being here today. A lot of people were here on Twitch today, thanks to the huge raid by Too Legit City. Super thankful for Too Legit City's wonderful support. And of course, as always, thank you guys all for being here tonight, hanging out with me. Thank you to all the usuals that are here, the regulars. Thank you to all the new people that were here as well. And thank you to all the lurkers. Everyone who's a lurker, I'm super grateful for your support as well. Please hit the like button on the way out on YouTube. Win stream. Thank you so much, Yan. Good night, Dan. We're going to do one more thing before we leave, all right? So if you guys want to stick around, upload cloud saves. I'm pretty sure I have cloud saves enabled. We're going to go to Super Duper Wetland, which is my playthrough with the Printerceptor. I'm going to try what the chat is telling me, what Edward was talking about, because I seem to remember it differently, and I want to know for sure, mostly so I'm not giving the wrong information in the future to other people who might ask the same question. Kitty's the lurker. Kitty, why you talk tonight, Kitty? But I appreciate you being here and lurking or chatting or whatever. I know I have a lot of lurkers that are usually here, and I can't see if you lurk, by the way, so you don't have to, like, your identity is not revealed automatically. But I can only see the participants in chat, all right? So as far as I know, I don't... So here's my Printerceptor, all right? So if I store 50 data banks... Travaldo, of course, it's Travaldo. All right, let's see if this works. You're joking. Well, I know sometimes people come by and they don't always want to be chatty, which is totally fine. And some people come by and just put me on, just to have me on in the background, and then sometimes they'll be more chatty than other days, and that's totally fine. So all I'm saying is, whatever you choose to do, however you choose to enjoy, I'm super, super grateful for you being here. And I know lurkers are a huge part of my streams. As you can see, 49 viewers on YouTube, 33 on Twitch, right? So I'm sure, you know, I'm sure there's some bots in there as well, right? I'm not, there's bots in every stream, right? Always trying to post messages about free viewers and whatnot, but they get auto-modded. But anyways, I'm super grateful for everyone being here, even if you're a lurker or, you know, if you're a regular or new person chatter, whatever the case. Okay, so I got 50 data banks stored. Now, if I drop the, see, there it is. So now if you set it back to 0, it drops it. And actually, that was Kitty Cats who just picked it up. there's kitty cats from the last stream. So there you go. So if you have a storage of a lot of data banks, you don't have to wait until it's used up, unless maybe you have this already doing something. In which case that kind of makes sense because you've already allocated the amount of data banks to a function, right? That kind of makes sense if you can't take it out at that point. But if it's just using it as storage, you know, you just click this to 0 and boom, here's all the data banks. So there you go. I'm ChatGPT powered, says Han. That Han says, that Han Cox, it says, I'm not a bot. It's good to know. I appreciate the non-bots who are lurkers. I just know that, you know, I see it in the background on the auto mod that there's a lot of bots that get hit. Some of them make it through, but there's a lot of them that says, oh, free viewers, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, obviously those count towards the viewers as well. I'm sure every single stream, every single streamer gets those. So I just want to acknowledge that they do exist and it's a thing. I think the problem with the print receptor is that it will receive data banks even if you before you unlock it, so the slider won't be available. Ah, I see. Okay, so actually Edward clarifies too. I meant to do the toilet thing before you do this because I did not find a toilet after 200. I gotcha. Okay. So see, I did not know that part either. All right. So that makes a lot more sense. What you guys are saying. I appreciate the clarification. And obviously I wanted to check it out for myself so I don't give the wrong information to the future, in the future when people ask me about that, because I want to provide information that where I know what I'm talking about. But this is my last playthrough, chat. So 2,200 cycles. We have all the water storages here, and like I was talking about earlier, I attempted to build the walls in to try to condense. Like this is actually running surprisingly well for how big this base is. It's 30 FPS for me right now, 37, 48. So it's surprisingly running very, very well. Obviously, we do have a lot of broken stuff because I let the asteroid obliterate my my other colony here. So we have poor Chip doing his best with all this radiation. But, you know, it is what it is. This kind of stuff happens in Ani. But, you know, we have a Hydra to support Chip. We have each, not every single one, but most asteroids have at least one bionic duplicant working away, doing their best. So anyways, chat, good luck, Chip. Yeah, good luck, Chip. Good luck, Ulti. We got another building melted here. They're trying their best. Yeah, Chip has got his work cut out for him. At least he's got a rocket to save himself with. You know, worst case scenario. By the way, here's my rocket interior for this one. So pretty substantial rocket. Pretty cool setup. So this is my last playthrough. In case you guys, I have a massive. Oh, I love this. That's so cool. A massive petroleum boiler. What else? Yeah, just pretty typical stuff. All right, chat. I'm gonna head out. I hope that you guys enjoyed the stream. Thank you again for the nice melted walls. I should do a video on that, by the way, because I have not done a lot of like late game videos. And yeah, let me write that down as a video idea. I learned that from chat, by the way. I learned how to do the rocket melting. I did not understand rocket melting until I started streaming. So I learned so much from chat. You guys have no idea. Like before I started streaming, I had less than 1,000 hours in Ani. So a lot of my late game knowledge comes from chat. Okay, anyways, gonna get going. Hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you Sunday if you're here for Factorio. If not, that's all right. Then I'll be back on Wednesday. I learned rocket melting from Wiki, says Potat. I did not know that was on Wiki. That's interesting because I'm just gonna pause this because there's too much chaos and I feel bad for everyone peeing themselves. Okay, see everyone. Thank you so much for coming by, and thank you all for being here. Okay, hit the like on your way out, please. That would be awesome. I learned so much from chat, but you chat, you wouldn't know. Well, so here's a funny story before I leave. There's sometimes in chat, so chat would tell me something where I would be like too. I wouldn't say embarrassed is the right word, but like too. I wouldn't admit that I learned something from. I would just be like, oh yeah, I'll do that. So because there's some things that are like very obvious that you should do in late game. Like I can't think of them off the top of my head, but I just know there was a couple instances where chat would tell me to do something and I'd be like, oh yeah, I should do that. But I'll just pretend that I already knew that. And I can tell you that most of them occurred on Super Duper Dreamland because that was the first full playthrough that I did on stream. But I was never a late game player. Okay, I was always I would always get way too bored before. Like I would always turn on sandbox at a certain point in the game because I was like, okay, I don't want to have to go back and fix this. This is how brutal this is to fix. If you open up these walls, it just goes everywhere. There's literally no stopping it. So I would be like, okay, I'm just gonna go in sandbox and because it's an offline game, right? Like who's gonna judge me offline, right? So I would inevitably open up sandbox to fix stuff like that if something happened in here, for instance. And then by the way, my Hydra. So I was never a late game fan of Ani. Like it gets very tedious at some point because in my mentality is like, okay, I always compare it. If you guys play Civilization 6 or any Civilization, if you're going for a domination victory and you're building tanks and everyone else is still on horses, it's like you win the game, right? Like you've won. It's now just the process of clicking each and every tile to go to war with, and each and every civ to go to war with, and getting it done. And that process, depending on how big the map is, can take anywhere from 1 hour to like 3 hours, especially if you have to penetrate very deep into the enemy's continent to get to their capital. So, it's like, okay, I've won the game. Now it's boring, right? Because even if you're sloppy, you can just throw enough tanks at the problem to win the game when you're at that point in Civ. So same thing with Ani. When I get to Space Age, so when I get to space, it's like, okay, I just have to get to the Terror. I have to colonize a couple planets. I have to get the artifacts, and then I'm done. So I'll just, I used to get very bored in space, but ever since I started the streams, I tried to see each playthrough all the way to the end and actually do it properly. So I've come to like space a lot more since I have the chat to talk to while all that's going on, so it keeps me entertained and keep you guys entertained, and it kind of works both ways in my opinion. So I've done a lot more substantial space bases. Like here I have liquid oxygen, liquid hydrogen production for both rockets, and I have a big nuclear thing that didn't really work, but that's okay. I never needed it. It was just something fun that I did after a while, and it was just a lot of fun to do this space in general, this space colony or this space infrastructure. Anyway, so that's like a little bit of a behind the scenes into my streaming. Yes, I have learned a lot. A lot of that I have admitted, but sometimes I was like, I'm not gonna let you guys know that one. Corium Factory. Yes, it's the Corium Factory. Absolutely. Who doesn't need a Corium Factory, right? All right, chat. Thanks for coming by. I will see you Sunday for Factorio or Wednesday for Ani. All right, take care.